Welcome to the full 10 hour.
Hey, welcome everybody. It is that time again, friends. It is that time again. It is the time to pray for the one color that I have the least of and will probably get the least of because that is the track record for this stream. It is Monday. It is the beginning of a beautiful new week and I am happy for each and everyone who made it. Welcome to all of you. Let's see. Yo. Things are starting out great. We got Undead Inside, Gilded Revenant, The Thresher. We have Chicken Teriyaki, nice to see you. JDSP, 100, hello to you too. Dragon Queen, Roxidian, Moonlight Breeze. So many new names, right? Nightfall Elicon, hi to you too. Texas Cowboy, good to see you again. Kami Bladestorm, morning. Dystopia coming in. By the way, Dystopia, what's wrong with you? Dystopia, like, I saw that you resubscribed for the second month. By the way, thank you so much. While we were still in the starting soon screen, I'm like, brother really wants to get rid of his money so bad that he doesn't even wait for me to come on camera. No, man, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And as we can also see, the first people have the 2-month sub badge now, right? We're 2 months into the whole journey now, and you can now have a bronze loyalty badge. Hey, yo, that's good. Rip Ghost, what's going on? Building one of your favorite frames. Oh, that's cool. You're building Revenant? Brutus, Yozora, yo, Dead Astro, welcome. Good to have new names every day. Hey, isn't it like that? Pirate of Power, hello. Dragonfall, hello to you too. We have Kelly Rosa, got MR30 this morning. Well, that's a good start into the week, isn't it? Now you have a gold badge. Little pro tip from my side, do not do any other rank ups until you have enough master experience to go to LR3 right away, because then you will stay golden. And you will have a whole lot of people who ask you every day why you do not do the rank up test. It's kind of entertaining, not gonna lie. Estrasa, what's going on? Literally in school right now watching shit. Well, I hope you're like in something unimportant, like, I don't know, sports class, right? I hope you're sitting on the bench in sports class and you're not missing anything important right here. I wouldn't want you to mess up your class test or your next exam, but welcome to you anyway. Quick question, Bladestorm. Circuit, can we choose more than one Warframe as a reward or need... I think if you do the normal circuit, I'm sure you're talking about the normal circuit, I think that's only one of these 3 Warframe rotations per, circuit rotation, I think. Differential Devastator, what's going on, man? Good to see you again. Wish you also a good start into the new week. Troy, hi to you too. Ben's Redemption, Mac and Sobek are boosted for Archon Hearts. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Yarly Prime overnight Texas Cowboy. I'm happy to hear that. That's good news. And hi Technic, welcome to you too. You got Prime sure-footed. Hey, friends. Technic has made it. Technic finally got into endgame. Technic achieved Prime sure-footed status. You can now actually start playing the game. How does that feel? How does it feel to be able to do freaking Prophet Taker? Can you imagine you can now play Prophet Taker? It's not unplayable anymore. It's playable. No, seriously, when I got PSF for the first time, I didn't choose it. I went for Prime Vigor because I was an Inaros main at the time and I just wanted to have that 10k HP. Kind of regretted it, but I took it at the, when was it, 400th, 600th login? you know, when you can take it for the next time, then yeah, and I haven't regretted it at all. Oh, Pirate of Power, you also got her. You got her in the oven. That's very good. That's very good. And Shadow Kimmy, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Finally completed the game. Exactly. Tasty, you can play something else now. You can go like play Skyrim for the 17th time now. It's okay. You know, Warframe was a good time. It's time to move on. I've heard Destiny's going pretty strong right now. Ain't nothing to see in Warframe anymore. Troy, is this a new thing going live? We've been doing it for like 5-6 weeks now. 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Always at the same time, starting right about now, 4 p.m. Central European. And yeah, that's pretty much the regular now. Vey2, yes, I am. I am Vey. Welcome to the stream. You feel complete with it, that's good. And Leo Murasaki, man, welcome to you too. Good to see you as always. How's it going? Yukamiya, you have luck yesterday. You got 3 Tau Forged and 1 red, 1 blue, 1. That is very, very good. And Electri Hunt, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for the resub for the 2 months. Now you will also have one of these beautiful bronze badges that Dystopia has. What? Why? Why? I need to get into those settings for the hype train. I'm not gonna lie. I think those hype trades are triggering a little bit too fast. I think there's a little bit too fast of a trigger in there. Patrosator, good to see you too, by the way. Good day. How is it? I'm perfectly fine. Thank you so much for asking, Patrosator. Appreciate it. Hope you had a good start into the week too. Dragonfall 9 a.m. here. So you're a West Coaster, Dragonfall, right? Did we talk about that last time? Oh, technically you also did it. What? What? My brother, what? Jeez, man, Dystopia, what's going on, man? What's wrong with you? Is it like, have you like hacked someone's bank account? Do you work for like a super greedy CEO and he gave you access to the company's bank account and now you're like, time to get some revenge and give back to the people who entertain us? Thank you, Dystopia, so much for the gift subs. Much fun to everybody who received one. It's crazy, y'all. Holy smokes, Dystopia, you're a crazy man. Thresher, what are you guys hoping for this update? That's a good question. I hope that Deviri is going to get a lot more fun now that we're not brute forced to go for crappy drifter melee gameplay anymore. That's basically my biggest hope. I think genuinely, I think Deviri is going to be so much better if we have a game mode, you know, that will be added with the next patch, obviously, where we're playing Warframe only on the overworld, not only in the Undercroft, and that will then allow us to, you know, play Deviri properly. I think that's gonna make also resource farming in Deviri much easier. If you can, you know, use a loot frame. Hey, imagine you can go into Deviri with Limbo, max range 280%, spam the 4, and just soak up all the resources. That's probably something I'm gonna do. Yo, Trottle, what's going on? And Rano, I'm sorry if I butchered that. Welcome to the stream, you two. Welcome. And hi, Mizuki, too. Can someone tell me how to get the second badge of Archon shards? I've been inactive for 2 years and... Oh, you mean the secondary colors like green, orange, and purple. You need a helminth segment that allows you to fuse the 3 base colors. It will add a function where you can use the 3 base colors and fuse them into one of the other colors. I think, where do you get that segment for the fusion? Do you also get that from the Sanctum Anatomica, right? But I don't remember where. What, chat? I'm Blacky. I got new hate for an enemy leaping Thresher Eximus. What? What? Leaping Thresher Eximus? Limbo can farm loot with the 4th ability. Nightfall Alicorn, what I mean is, like, if you farm in for resources that are like in a sort of container state that you need to break, then, you know, casting Limbo's Force pretty good because it has a large range and you can break all the containers with it by just, you know, casting and uncasting it basically, and then you just run through and farm all the containers. That's how you can easily go into, you know, certain tile sets and farm the containers if that's what you want to do basically. How about we jump into the game? Shall we jump into the game? I even have Steam open today. I'm prepared, boys and girls. How's 400% strength on Revenant, Ari? I gotta go 500. If you there's one thing with Revenant, right? You can go for a 300-ish% Revenant and be pretty good, right? You're basically set. You don't need more than 300% strength on like a normal Revenant. But if you want to go for the Revenant that can one-shot everything with his 3 without viral priming, then you got to go 500%. 400% kind of is in a spot where you're not really getting too much out of it. So you like even with 400%, you will still need to do a bit of viral priming if you want to one-shot with a 3. Meaning, yeah, I would either keep a low investment at 300 or go all in with 5 Tau Forge Reds into 500. That's Omega low then. What? You got 1 million red crit damage. Oh, that's nice. Gilded. That is very nice. Let me quickly switch the scene so that our lid shuts up. Warframe in-game. Should appear in a couple seconds. Kids, what's going on? What's up, my fluffers? Yo, kid, what's good? How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Pirate of Power. By the way, since I start following you, what? Hype train level up to 3? Jeez, Dystopia, you gotta call it quits, man. Your company's gonna go bankrupt if you continue to redirect their funds to me. I think, friends, I think it's about time again. Give me a second. I think it's time again. I think Dystopia just likes me to wear my cap, isn't it like that, man? Let's do that then. Let's do it. Let's put the Canada necklace on, represent the state, you know what I mean? And
keyboard locked.
And the bling, and let's go full hype train embrace style. Oh, Dystopia, yeah, you got the #1 in the leaderboards for everything now, right? You got the #1 cheers, you got the #1 gift subs, bro. You're just absolutely crazy. Do mastery rank on stream differential devastator.
Keyboard unlocked.
I will do that. Once I have enough mastery experience to go LR3 right away. That's what I'm that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Yo, Jex Chirac, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody, by the way. In case I missed someone. Prince Fall, hi to you too. Love the drip. I think I should get some new drip clothes, right? Get some variety in, so I'm not only wearing the same cap and the same glasses every single time. That will make a good video, maybe. Let me quickly readjust my microphone arm. That's kind of sort of over the mouse here. So how about we start out a little bit casually, a tiny little bit casually, by first checking out what, you know, the weekly business is. You know, because I haven't even checked out what's going on this week. Let's quickly, first of all, go over what is happening this week.
Tenno.
What? Mihawk subscribed. Well, Mihawk, thank you so much. That is so sweet, man. Now you're officially in the YouTube and in the Twitch gang, brother. How's that feel? How's that feel to go on both sides of the road, Mihawk? Thank you so much for your generosity. Really appreciate it, man. First of all, let's take a look at what's in the Incarnon rotation. We're not going to do Deviri in this stream today, but I still want to know what's in the circuit. Okay, we got the Bratton. I think the Bratton Incarnon is pretty good, especially if you do it with the Prime. Finally made it to one of my streams. Hey, Miyaki, appreciate it, man. Welcome. Lean back, you know, get some snacks and drinks and enjoy it. How was your weekend? Kid, am I going to help others with the builds today? Today I want to focus a little bit on the shards, but of course, we're probably going to take a little break in between, you know, talk a little bit about builds, but probably not going to be for like half of the stream today. So what do we got? Bratton Incarnon is cool. Later Incarnon, I haven't tried it. Paris Incarnon is, by the way, great. If you like to have like a pet, like a Kubro or something that should deal a lot of damage, then the Paris Prime Incarnon is actually the best weapon for these loadouts, because you can get absolutely ridiculous crit and status chance out of it. And when with this one pet mod, I forgot the name, you can sort of take your weapon's crit chance and status chance and transform it into crit and status chance for your pet. So if you want to go for a summoner pet type of playstyle, then Paris Prime Incarnon is going to be it. But Leto, Skana, and Kunai, I have no idea. I don't own them. I do not own them. You know what? I'm just going to freaking confirm that. I'm not going to do it now. Just already go for the little confirm. Varuna goes crazy with gas. Might be. Haven't tried it, though. Haven't tried it. Okay, Shadow Kim, you sent me a whisper, but I should not invite you. Is recorded. Is recorded. Thanks for letting me know. Oh, Prisma Skana, Dragonfall. Yeah, Prisma Skana Incarnon. I should try that. I have Prisma Skana. I do have the Prisma Skana. Ouch. That hurt. That was the microphone arm. My Wi-Fi. What? Differential? Why does your Wi-Fi hate me? What's going on? We're Twitch partner now. You can adjust the stream quality. You can adjust the stream quality now. You can set it down if it's too choppy. It's possible. Next, let's go quickly to Iron Wake and buy some Kuva, maybe some Rivens for... Yeah, Riven Slivers. We have gajillions of those. Something that you should always do every week. If you have Riven Slivers or Slivers or however that's pronounced, go to Iron Wake. Can I fast travel? Of course not. And get your Riven Slivers, turn them into Rivens, turn them into Kuva, turn them into everything. That's exactly what you want to do. Go to Paladino here, who has a moody lighting in her room, and yeah, let's get one of those. I don't even care what it is. A Rifle Riven mod, that's good. And another one, which is melee, and then we go for a Kuva. Kablooey. You can also get credits, but nah, brother. Nah, brother, we're not going to do that. Can we say hi to Clem? Where's Clem? Is Clem here? Is Clem in Iron Wake? I didn't even know that. Where is he? Where is brother Clem? Mizuku, is there a build for Equinox planned anytime soon? Equinox build is planned, but I do not have a time schedule for that, unfortunately, because Equinox is a very complex frame, basically 2-in-1, meaning it will take me some time, and I need to, find a spot where I can dedicate the required time in order to make that proper. Where is he? He's up above. Okay. Let's search for Clem then. Let's go say hi. Up above. I did not know where Mr. Clem is. Is he here? Somewhere? MH beatboxer, what? I'm not a beatboxer. I'm kind of lost. Where is Clem? Is he in the room here? No, he's above you. I am a little bit lost. I don't know, man. We got other stuff to do. I'm gonna look it up off screen. Any bits for Notarog, ABT? I think I have Nataruk in one of my videos where I talk about multiple weapons. I do not have a dedicated video about it. I might have Nataruk, though, in another video. I could have sworn that I talked about it at some point, but I don't know exactly when it was. I'm sorry. I do not know exactly when it was. What's that skin from Orbiter Differential? This right here is the back room. You unlock that after finishing the 1999 quest. That is basically story locked. Necrontic, you got 2 shards, 2 red ones last week. That's very good. Can I get your RNG for this week? Can I borrow your RNG for this week? That would be cool. So what is the next thing that I want to look at? Teshin. I want to look at Teshin. What Teshin has for Steel Essence this week. Is it an Umbra Forma week? Is it an Umbra Forma week? Because every, I think, 8 weeks, Teshin has Umbra Forma for Steel Essence. We're gonna, guys, everybody asking for Archimedia and when we're gonna team up and stuff. We're gonna do that in a second. Don't worry. We're gonna do that in a second. Just want to go over, you know, the weekly purchases and everything and see what is in store for us. Steel Path Honors. What do we got this week? Yakuva. Sure. How much can we get? 25 for 300. Why not? Why not? By the way, if you haven't, for everybody who's still farming for Yareli, and you don't have the Yareli relics, a new week has started, meaning you can now purchase 25 relic packs for Yareli again. That is now possible again. Oh, we have also a Riven, a Zol Riven. Oh, why not? Let's get it. A Riven Cypher. Why not? Let's get it. I get so much steel essence just from, you know, constantly going into missions and testing builds out, and then, you know, staying in a survivor for 5 minutes, killing that one acolyte, getting steel essence all the time, right? so I'm just gonna splurge a little bit of that stuff. You're farming for another Hydroid, Gilded? Why do you want to do 2 Hydroids? What's the skin for my landing craft? That's the Lisette Prime skin. That, I think that's actually pretty rare because it comes in a, I think it was a Prime accessory pack. Let me quickly take that off again. In a Prime accessory pack. I do not know, do not remember though which Prime accessory it was. If somebody in chat remembers it, then feel free to let me know because I do not remember. But I know I bought it years ago. I think it was years ago that I got the Lisette Prime. So, what else? What else we got? Kome Farm got you quite the steel essence. Yep, I mean, I get that. I get that. Why are you wearing like that? Because, you know, sometimes when people get a little bit generous and throw a lot of bling at me, then I feel like I need to dress, you know, accordingly. Let's now take a look at what we actually have in store for the Archimedia. Shall we? Shall we take a look at how much we're going to be, how much we're going to be made love in the butt by this game this week? I would like to know that. Let's see. Let's see what Kaya Valesco has in store for us. Yep. Shut up. Okay. Temporal Archimedia. So, Legicide Harvest, Defense Assassination. I do not like this tank assassination because it just drags out a lot. We got Gauss, Lavos, and Vauban. That's pretty good. I can use Lavos Prime. I think it's going to be fine. Gauss also, though. Not sure which one we're going to go for. We got Boltor. I'm going to use that. That's good because I have an Incarnon plus Riven. That's nice. This I do not care. And this I do not care. And what do we have here? Gain 1 puncture, don't care. Shield recharge, don't care. Lose 2 energy, don't care. Lose 2 health when moving, jumping. I think that's not all too bad. What do we think, friends? What do we think? My dearest Blackie Miyake, no need to be so formal. Do you know by now if you attend TennoCon this year? I do know. I will. Yes, I will be there. I will be at TennoCon in person. The Airbnb is booked. The tickets are being held by us. The only thing that we still need to do is book in the flights. But yeah, you know, flights are usually not the issue. We should do that relatively soon, though, because the longer we wait, the more expensive it's going to get. But yeah, it's going to be, it's set. We're going to be there. Let's go with the Stug, shall we? How about we go with the Stug? By the way, this is one of the greatest additions in Sliced Bread that we can actually swap the loadout in this screen now. That'll be amazing. You know what? I want to go with Mr. Lavos. Mr. Lavos Prime with which loadout? Oh, Miyaki also going to be there. That's so cool. That's so cool, man. Looking forward to that. I don't even know what that build is. I probably did that in my video, right? Why is this build empty? Never mind, I'm just gonna go in with this one. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Yeah, we're just gonna go with this one. It's alright. Then, next we're gonna go with a Boltor. Where is the Boltor Prime Incarnon? Of course. Corrosive damage. Why is that? No, we're gonna go with this. By the way, for everybody who wants to see the Riven, it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty nice one. I like it. Borbson, you got a 75% discount. Wow, congratulations, man. Get some credit cards and throw them at the screen. That's the once in a lifetime chance. I wish I would get that. I wish I would get that. Ripghost, what's the Nightwave mission for this week, though? What is the Nightwave? And of course, we're gonna go with the Stug. It's not even max level. My Stug is not even max level. Oh my god. No way. No way. Wait. Is it not even mastered? I think it's not even mastered. Holy cow, that's embarrassing, man. Oh god. That's not good, man. That's not good. Saminator, yo, nice to see you. You got us stuck here. Morazian, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Much fun with the emotes. By the way, we have a new emote, friends. We have a new emote. We have that emote from the freeze frame from Friday. I made that into an emote. You can now use it. I was thinking about calling it Valkyr Heirloom Under the Table, but I think that might have been a little bit too explicit for Twitch's TOS, so I decided to... I don't even know what I called it. Something like Oh God or whatever. But it's a good one. It's a good one. Let's go with Diriga, whatever. And that should be pretty much it, right? We're gonna unlock that. Yo, Laggy Shaggy, welcome to you too. Welcome. Yo, Sam, by the way, Sam, what's going on? How was your weekend? Let us know. Tell us some spicy details about what happened this weekend. Okay, Steppenwolf, what's going on? You can use Cosmic Spectre, also Shield Osprey Spectre, Ancient Protector Spectre, good for defense and rape. True. That's true. If you don't have this thing that blocks your inventory, which luckily we do not have this week. So maybe I might just do that. You can also, I think the Ancient Healer is pretty good, right? And welcome, Julie. Nice to see you again. That's the story with this one, Laggy Shaggy. Yeah, the story with this one is that we're probably not going to see any of those today because you know how it is. You know how it is. By the way, let's actually invite somebody. Let's actually invite somebody for Deep Temporal Archimedia, Elite Temporal Archimedia. For everybody who is currently blinking here, except Shadow Kimmy, I think you said that you did not want it to be invited specifically. You in? Y'all in? Let's go. Let's do this. Am I in solo mode? No, I'm not. Very good. Very good. Sam, I might have just missed your message. It's good. It was, you were away today going for shopping for some clothes and suitcase stuff. Oh yeah, sure, for your holiday, right? 6th of June, was it? Sam? By the way, if you don't know, Sam is going to Japan. He's going on a big vacation very soon. And I'm sure that's going to be quite the experience. So let me quickly give you a shout out just so that everybody knows that Mr. Sam is streaming and the shout out did not work. Thank you. And the shout out did not work. I don't know why it doesn't work. But hey, Saminator is streaming. Check out his channel. He's going to be on vacation to meet a friend, right, in Japan. It's going to be, bro, you're going to have a great time there. You're going to have an absolutely great time. I want to go there again soon again. It's been too long for me. Miyoki, you just been to Japan? Well, yo, we could have also met up there, or you could have almost met Saminator there. That would have been hilarious. So who we got? We got Technic and Leo Murazaki. Oh, can you help me with that was a build. I'm sorry. Who is you want to join, Kit? Okay. Kit wants to join. Then Kit gets to join. Ramen, oh yeah. Ramen is amazing. Ramen is really good. You know the good thing is when you want to have nice Japanese food here in Germany, there is a city called Düsseldorf, which is the state capital of the state that I'm living in, North Rhine-Westphalia. And they're like, Düsseldorf is also called Little Japan because they have one street where there's like a lot of Japanese and in general Asian stores, and they have a large Asian community there. And you can get some very, very, very good Japanese food there. Also Korean a lot, you know, Korean barbecue, bibimbap, all that stuff. It's really nice. And that's just half an hour from where I live. So, you know, my girlfriend and I will often just drive there on the weekend, walk through the city, have some good food. It's always a great experience. Yo, Nerdy, what's going on? Nerdy just coming in with the, I want your top 4 charts to be stolen. How was your weekend, man? How was your weekend? Let's unlock Temporal Archimedia, you know, get all the bad things happening. What else do we got? Weak point kill, no. We go with this. This one, I don't care.
Welcome,
and this one.
Our numbers grow.
Paint P, thank you for the subscription. Big Tenno love, big Yarly emote here. Thank you for the sub. Enjoy the emotes, enjoy the loyalty badge. So many new faces. I don't care about these cards. I should take some time and just absolutely like freaking read through them and learn them, so I don't have to like read all of this all the time. Anyway, that ends. I think we're ready to begin some research. Will we make a gyre anytime soon, Diligent? Gyre? I also have that planned, similar to Equinox. Like there are a few frames on my list, like a gyre, like Equinox, like Limbo, that I have kind of never really played, therefore basically no experience with them, meaning they will take some more time for me to actually put a video out on. So I always need to find like a good timing when I can actually do that. I hope that I might be able to get Titania out this week so that she's off the list and you finally got her. That'll be amazing. Definitely deserve the support, man. You jump from YouTube to Twitch. Well, Paint P, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm happy that you like my stuff. How was your weekend, Paint P? Was it good? Anything special happening? Anything worth sharing?
If you harvest a legasite under the precise conditions.
Wait, I'm just killing myself right here just by riding the bike, isn't it? Oh God. He set the name Limbo. Yes, I did. Right now, Limbo is just my freaking what was it? My freaking farm bot, so to speak, for resources. Jazz, what background music do you have in your YouTube videos? They are mostly from Epidemic Sound, the tracks that I use there. My tracks are mostly used from Epidemic Sound. I could maybe put out a list, you know, somewhere as a Google document or something, in case you're interested. But Epidemic Sound has a couple of good stuff for the videos. Also have their sounds in my starting soon screen here on the Twitch channel. When Wukong build, Hyson, that's a very good question. The good thing with Wukong is I actually have a couple forma on the man, and I do have decently understand the kit, so it probably doesn't take me that much time to put a video on him. I think Wukong is gonna happen relatively soon. Really love them. That's nice to hear. Happy you like the music. Why don't I get a single headshot? Hey. When Discord build, yeah, do you know Discord? You know, Chicken Teriyaki Discord is one of those Warframes who's very complex. Where's Kalimos? There's Kalimos. Get nom, Kalimos. Get nom. I'm working on the Discord. No, I'm not actively working on the Discord right now, but I am open to, how should I say this? I'm open to making plans as to when I will be working on the Discord. It's tough. It's tough this week. By the way, everybody who's here, I do have an announcement that I should post on the YouTube channel. This week we're unfortunately only going to have 2 streams because I am out of town this weekend. So the Friday stream is not going to happen this week. That is a bit of an unfortunate news that I need to break to you. But I am trying to pre-produce at least a couple YouTube shorts that I can upload in advance so that you have a little something to watch while I'm gone this weekend. I have a couple ideas of what I want to talk about. I wanted to do a short on Dante, by the way, after this stream. Already have the voiceover recorded, so should go live later after the stream. Murasaki, do you look stuck? I mean, you're moving. You're moving. I think you look fine. You look fine to me. By the way, where's the Legacy? We should probably take a look at that too. Just, you know, just saying, because bro's escaping. Probably I should, you know, support the team a little bit. Just a little bit. I was the one going in like, oh, I have a Riven for the Bolter Incarnon friends, and I'm like the only one not dealing damage, you know what I'm saying? That's the MHBlacky lifestyle. That's what you get here for. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you get what you signed up for. But like the Bolter Incarnon is really doing God's work right now. If I could just get some headshots. Yo, Cosmic Crow, how is it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Dang it, talking is difficult sometimes. What type of build should you use in the EFV Jupiter Dead Waves? That's a very good question. I haven't still built that. It's still at rank 0. It's sitting in my inventory, not even level right now. I can unfortunately not say anything about it at this current point in time. Paladin Primed coming in with the 2-month. Thank you so much, Big Brofist Paladin, for the resub. Enjoy the orange or the bronze badge. You're now officially out of the gray territory. Where the heck do I need to go? Where the heck do I need to go? I need to... Oh, no, it goes here. Okay.
Keyboard locked.
I hate the underground tile sets. I just really do. Yeah. You know what? You know what? These energy leeches, I don't care. I'm Lavos. I do not give the slightest damn.
Mouse locked.
Now I do give the slightest damn. now I'm in a little bit of an unfortunate position. Just a little
Keyboard
bit.
unlocked.
Faiz, yes, we're doing EDA, ETA. That's true. We're gonna go for all the full dose of Red Shards, the full broadside. Leo, in your game,
Mouse
everything
unlocked.
is frozen. Holy cow, that's very unfortunately. I hope that's gonna be fixed in the next mission. I hope we're gonna get through this relatively soon, and then we can hopefully get that fixed. But you know, Warframe netcode, you know how it is. Amirul, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. A beautiful start into the new week, and everybody who joined afterwards, by the way. I know I'm a little bit concentrated on the screen right now because, you know, it's Archimedia. We kind of want to make sure to not fuck this up. But, you know, I really appreciate everyone being here. I hope you had a brilliant weekend, and I hope you have good RNG with the drops on your Archon shards. And let's see where we can go with those shardies. That's number 2. Kareem, you're not late, Kareem. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not a teacher. I'm not one of those teachers who's like, yeah, actually, you're too late. What? The bus was delayed? Well, it's in your responsibility to show up on time to class. And if the bus is delayed, then you should have known that for safety reasons, you should have just taken the bus 1 hour earlier just to make sure. Is that like in the countries where you all live in, is that also like one of those things? Because here in Germany, we have not that much of a, let's say, reliable bus infrastructure in many cities. And I can remember in my school time when people would come late to class in winter because the road was frozen over and the bus did just not come because it got, you know, stuck on a tree somewhere along the way, right? And then they would come late to class and the teacher would be like, actually, it's winter. You should have known that the bus is unreliable and you should have gotten up 1 hour earlier just to make sure that you're here in time. Sophie, that stopped saying anything. Oh, Sophie, really? You did that so often that they was just like, nah, brother. She ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make a change there. She's just gonna come too late anyway. Really? You got like this reputation of being too late for so long that they just stopped bothering. Oh, Imperial Fish, you drove your own motorcycle. Well, that's pretty cool. Flo, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, we're just talking about hot takes from teachers who are not really in touch with the reality of the life of a student in school. Good night, Jonathan. Jonathan, good night from New Zealand. Honestly, welcome. All right, have a good night. Have sweet dreams later. I appreciate that you made it. I think I really want to go to New Zealand one time. I really do, because I think New Zealand is absolutely stunning from what I've seen. It's not like so hot as in Australia, so I'm not going to die. Also, not every single living thing wants to kill you on that island, which is also much appreciated. And I think New Zealand is actually a very, very nice place. I would love to check that out at some point. Just avoid Australia. Exactly, that's what I was about to say. Just avoid Australia. Just avoid that big island continent altogether. Not because of the people, but because of every other living creature other than humans. And that's kind of it. Wait, we triggered both Legicides at the same time? God have mercy. Yeah, I don't see shit. I'm gonna be real. I don't see shit. I have absolutely 100% zero idea what's going on. I do not see a thing. I just know that I'm probably gonna be dead very soon. Come to Sri Lanka, Oni. No, that's gonna be a bit too humid for me. I'm like a very heat sensitive person. There's so many countries I would love to visit in the subtropical sort of region of the world, but like I'm just gonna die. I'm just gonna be miserable. That's my biggest issue. In 2017, I was in Kyoto during the summer, and you could sometimes not even properly talk to me during the day because I was in that bad of a sort of heat stroke situation. I'm gonna reach out as soon as these two are dead because I don't want to mess this up. The humidity is often not bad the full year. What, nerdy? Which humidity? Where? Wait, we gotta do 6 of those? I thought it was only 4. Starlord, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Don't come to Texas, Cosmic. I've heard that Texas can be pretty hot and also pretty cold in winter. So you're in Texas, Cosmic? Winter is only 3 months, okay. But therefore it's really cold and the grid freezes over and stuff because, you know, infrastructure and everything. We've heard that on the news, right? I might be living on the other side of the planet, but when there was this big freeze over, when was it, 2-3 years ago, of the Texas grid and like everybody was out of electricity, that was even on the news here. That was a very unfortunate situation. Oh, we have Skuldra enemies coming in. That's something new for a change. Yo, Corey, welcome. How's your weekend been? In tropical or subtropical regions, you was on Bali and you choose the right time of year can be very enjoyable, nerdy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, next time when I'm gonna go to like the more southern Japanese regions, I'm gonna make sure to do it like in April. I know it's like the tourist season and it's going to be more expensive, but at least the weather is going to be enjoyable. Unlike in July, better not do that again. What's the Warframe we got? I got Lavos, Gauss, and I don't know what the third one was, but not that desirable. So I actually got a good rotation. Also got the Boltor as a weapon, and I do happen to have an Incarnon Boltor Prime with Ribbon, so that was pretty decent. Oh, and maybe I should support the team now. Where is the marker? Where are those bad boys? There. Okay. Vauban, exactly, Technic. Thank you so much for reminding me. Vauban was third, but my Vauban isn't properly built, so I'd rather not risk that. I think Mr. Vauban can be very good, but not if you do not have an idea on how to play him, and he is not built. That's like sort of the argument for when not to play a Warframe. Where is he going? Oh, there. Okay. Gauss, though, yes, Gauss is great. But I thought I wanted to go Vauban because I never really, like, outside of doing the research for my, Lavos, outside of my Lavos video and the accompanying research, I haven't really played him all too much, and I thought I kind of want to do that again today. So that's why I went for him. And again, the visual clutter on screen is something to behold. I'm having less than 60 frames a second. I don't know why, but it's pretty miserable. DLSS not working properly right now. Yes, Tyler, I think in the Archimedia, they spawn 2 Legicides at once. It's always like that. If you get unlucky, you trigger both at the same time, so they start escaping simultaneously, which is a little bit, always puts a little bit of pressure on the team. But I think with this one, it's fine. We only triggered 1, who's hopefully going to go down very soon. There we go. And now we can go for the second one, and then we're already done with this. Cephalon Billy in the Middle East average temperature in summer. And don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. I personally have never been to the Middle East, and like in terms of weather, I don't feel like I missed out on anything. You know what I mean? I do not feel like I missed out on anything. Like, if I imagine like so many tourists like going to Dubai and like those other Middle Eastern super touristy regions, and I'm like, brother, I can imagine so many other things that would be nicer than being in the sun at 50 Celsius or higher. You know, things like, for example, going to the dentist and having your teeth be pulled out. That's probably nicer than having holiday in summer in Dubai. You know, just my personal opinion on hot weather. Yeah, even playing Warframe with the Stug is probably more fun. Even the choppy frame rate in this mission here is probably more fun. I remember this one SpongeBob episode. I don't know what the context was on this, but like SpongeBob said something like, Squidward, what could be nicer than blah, 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 blah. And he just looks into the camera and is like,
Those results.
Being dead and everything else as well.
you know what I mean? And that's how I feel about going on vacation into countries with very sunny, very hot weather. That's sort of my take. I'm like the Squidward in that relationship, in that regard. That's kind of it. Rilled, here in Qatar, peak summer is so bad it's almost 53. Oh, you're living in Qatar. That's crazy. Well, welcome to the stream. I did not know that. We have faces from all over the world. It's nice. But like, yeah, 53 in summer. I mean, at least you do have air conditioning, because otherwise you know, would die in your house. But still, like, brother, if I you know, if I think about it, I would be like, yeah, rather no. Yeah, rather no. Shadow showing. We are talking about countries where it is very, very hot in summer, and how much I would not like to go onto a summer vacation into a hot country. That's basically. What's the average temperatures in Germany, Cosmic? I think it depends a little bit whether you're living in like a metropolitan area with a lot of concrete. You know, that always heats up in summer more. But in general, it's relatively mild in terms of fluctuation. Usually in winter nowadays, we barely even go below 0 Celsius. We don't often see snow anymore. Ooh, that's a good start. That's a good start. That's a red one, friends. That's a red one and a blue. I mean, I ain't gonna complain about that. That's pretty good. That's how we want to start this bitch off. Yes, that's what I want to see. Yeah, let's go for the red ones. No, but Cosmic Crow, in Germany in winter, we barely, maybe in southern Germany it gets a bit colder, right? But because there are more mountains. But in general, I think on average, we barely have snow anymore. Every couple years. It rarely goes below 0, only for a couple days maybe. And then in summer, like in July, August, which is like peak summer season for us, it might go up to 35, or maybe if it's really bad, up to 40 Celsius. But other than peak summer in those 2 months, between 35 and 40, the rest of the year is 20 something-ish. You know, in autumn it goes down. And then in spring it goes up, but we do not have these crazy fluctuations from -20 to +50 Celsius. We gladly do not have that, which I'm very happy. Yes, Flo, exactly. Germany is getting much warmer. I can remember when I was still going to school, like every winter I would have the snow boots on and walk through the snow, and I would really enjoy it. And I can remember that would have happened every single winter. And nowadays it's just not like that anymore. Which is very sad, because I really like snow and I like winter and all that. It's my thing. Last check, Link, my lord, welcome. What did you say? Last check comment. Can you repeat that? Because oh no, we got it. Personally, you would rather receive firework Enigma. What? Can you repeat the comment, Link, my lord? That would be nice because it just came out of my sight, and I can't really tab out of the game at this point to scroll up. But welcome to the stream. Nice that you made it. Always happy to see you, man. Is Wiz Prime good, Federico? Yes, Wiz Prime is awesome. Wiz Prime is awesome. By the way, if you want to see a top 10 list of the best Warframes of 2025, you might want to check out my YouTube channel because I just so happened to upload that a couple days ago, last Friday. And Wisp's also on the list because she's absolutely amazing. So basically, you just went through hell because you had to watch them put the... What, Link, my lord? Oh, no. What happened to your dog? I'm so sorry to hear that. What happened? Was your dog, like, very ill and they couldn't save him? Shit, I'm sorry to hear that. 15, I see. So you've been together for 15 years, like you grew up together? Or did you adopt her at a later point? Man, I hope that the stream can at least distract you a little bit. I wish I could say anything to comfort you. I personally have never had a dog or a cat, like a pet that I was very, very close to, so I cannot relate to that feeling of losing the pet. But I hope that, you know, we can manage to give you a little bit of distraction at least. Oh man, that's so tough. You're 18, you've been with her since you were 4. Man, that's not just an animal, you know, that's like a family member, like your earliest childhood memories. Bro, that must be so fucking tough. Shit. Anything we can do to cheer you up, League, my lord? I'm very sorry for your loss. But then again, I'm also happy that you probably had a very, very beautiful 15 years together. Will you do top 10 secondaries list, Cephalon Billy? I should do that. Yeah, I actually planned that last year already, but then it kind of didn't happen. But yes, absolutely, I should do that. I think by now I also have a couple more of the Incarnon roster for the secondaries that you should have, you know, some of the better ones, so that I can actually do that. Cosmic Crow, you lost your 16-year-old dog a few months ago. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. She shows up in your dreams all the time. Oh man, that's fucking heartbreaking. That is fucking heartbreaking. Furious Incarnon flow. I do not know exactly when the Incarnon rotation for the Furious will happen again, but when it does, definitely get it. Furious Incarnon is an absolute masterpiece of a weapon. You work with Cosmic. That's so nice. That's so nice. Yes, you know, the thing with dogs is that there's a reason why humans, you know, the dog is a human's best friend. I can definitely see that. Maybe at some point I might or we might adopt one as well. Not so much a cat. I'm not that much of a cat person. I think I don't vibe with cats. I'm also allergic. But dogs, I could imagine having one myself. Just the problem is, as a busy YouTuber, you don't always have the time to, you know, go for a walk 2-3 times a day with the dog. That's a bit of an issue. But if the life situation were ever to allow it, then, yeah, that might be something to think about. I know, yo, Dragonfall, I know. If you're on the internet and you say you're not a cat person, it's basically an insta career kill, but I'm just going to be honest, right? I'm just going to be honest. High in potassium, that's why cats are based. What up, everyone? Steve, welcome. Fierce Brick, good to see you too. They should make a Stug Incarnon. Yep, I second that. Stug Incarnon should be added to the game, and it should actually be pretty darn good. I would love to see Incarnon version of Stug in a way that doesn't fundamentally change the way that the weapon works, but just, you know, make it good. Just make it less shit. Dezins, can somebody help me understand this? Why does Blacky's weapon only deal a few thousand damage when the Legacyte he has corrosive red? Probably because of damage attenuation. Probably because of damage attenuation, because, you know, certain enemies, like for example, what are they called? Those infested, the big boys, the juggernauts, they also like take 10 damage or so per shot. Should just stall it, should just one-shot everything. Yeah, maybe. Stug Incarnon for President 2028. I'm for that. Cosmic Crow, you can speak of cats' behalf there, great. I'm not saying cats can't be great, I'm just saying that I personally feel like I'm not a cat person. That's what I mean. I know a lot of people love cats and that cats, you know, are not those cold creatures who cannot show emotions. Like, sure, they also do have a character. It's not like what the dog propagandists are saying, right? That cats are like basically complete NPCs. I don't think that's true. It's just not my cup of tea. It's kind of cringe that I don't do damage. Good thing that we have a team here that does damage. Buy a cat dog. That was a cool series, by the way. Cat dog was a good series. Chicken Teriyaki, you do like cats, cats hate you. It's mutual. Oh, you don't like cats, cats hate you. See, for me, the thing is, I don't like cats, and they like me. And then they always jump on my lap and they want to be cuddled and stuff. And I'm like, I'm allergic. Please go away. Please can't go away. I cannot breathe. You know how it is. You know it is. Corey, cat dog was top tier. Isn't it like that? Isn't it like that? You could have passed then. Zerg, what's going on? Stug Incarnon, in your opinion, should be so that it makes the gun become a rifle that turns the substance it shoots normally into a sticky ray that groups enemies that gas. That sounds pretty cool. But to be honest, I like the idea of the mechanic of the base Stug. You know, that you shoot those things that attach themselves to enemy bodies, and then the bigger you make the bubble. No Archon shard, unfortunate. And the bigger you make the bubble, the more damage it does. But it's like the way it is right now is just shit. It's just complete and utter garbage. I would just like it to be made in a way that the fundamental mechanics still work, just that it's not as atrocious to play it. What's a great build for Hate without Riven mod? Steve, I think for Hate or for Scythes in general, I personally like to go for heavy attacks. For a heavy attack for Hate, I think you can just copy paste my build that I have on the Harmony as well. I do have a video on the Harmony, and I think that's fine. I think I'm about to be dead as well, which is not so fine. Is there a Discord? Not yet. We talked about it a minute ago, but nope, not yet. This will be a project that needs some more work from my side. Oh, kill Scholar Troops. Okay, that's good. I should maybe move my butt a little bit. Fundamental mechanic would be the same, just turned into a splurt gun. You mean like what's that Nintendo game called? With the paint squid people. Something like that? Yeah, I could imagine that would be fun. Splatoon, right? Yeah, Splatoon. Something like, yeah, turn the Stug into something like a Splatoon gun. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Cat dog freaks you out. Honestly, I don't want to talk or think about digestive systems or anatomy of cat dog. I do not want to talk about that. I do not want to think about that. Just saying, it was a nice show. What am I even doing here? Why am I hacking this? Boom. Leyland, love the Mesa video, to be honest. Never thought that you have so much fun using her. Well, that's cool. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Have a good start into the weekend. Into the week, not weekend. Weekend just ended. I just love how the bro just like landed on his butt. It was just like the most elegant landing possible. Fear not, they shit in the middle. Oh god. But I'd like to have some privacy on the toilet. Let's open this bad boy here. Do you like Hate Incarnon? I think I haven't applied the Incarnon adapter for the Hate yet. I think I do own it though. I haven't tried it though yet. I also haven't tried it with the Hate specific augment. Kind of always stuck with the Harmony. But I think it's very good. I've heard very, very good things about it. Where's the next? Ah, there's the next gate. We still have a little bit of that rocket launcher, don't we? No, we don't? Okay, screw it. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Yes, several Billy Rhino is like a Nokia phone, that's for sure. If you throw him at a wall, the wall will be broken. That's how it is. Yo, Metal Twig, how's it going? Welcome. Good to see you as always, my brother. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And I'm also not dealing any damage whatsoever. Wait, why are there Murmur enemies in 1999, Vicky? That's not Murmur, that is Tech Rot, basically an infested version of 1999 enemies. Murmur is not in 1999. Murmur will be in Deviri soon with the next update. Why do we need to do freaking 20 RPG shots into that? I think that's a little bit optimistic. Dragonfall, why does playing Warframe make you hungry? I don't know, but I can relate. That happens to me too all the time. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna speed hack that. What do you mean? I literally saw a true leg guy. Might have been a... I don't think they're a Murmur enemy. I've never seen a Murmur enemy in 1999. In the 1999 tile set here. There are... Wait. Okay, now I'm confused. They should not be here. What? Is that like a modifier for the Archimedia? Because they usually do not spawn. ETA modifiers, okay. See, that's the thing. I mean, since when has ETA been around? I think I've never... Yeah, I've never done an ETA before I started streaming because I was so busy with YouTube. Meaning, I probably have never seen that modifier before. That's probably the explanation for it, right? But that's interesting. I mean, the big leg guys are... Actually, I like them a lot because they're so easy to farm headshots with. For like Incarnon transmutation or any type of buff that needs that. That's always cool. How you get Archimedes like one you're running? Oh, how do you unlock the temporal Archimedia again? What was it? I mean, you've got to be done with the 1999 quest. I think you got to be also rank 5 with the Hex Syndicate. Got to have Steel Path unlocked. Anything else? How does Deep Archimedia and Temporal Archimedia work? Is it just regular missions with modifiers? Starlord, it's basically, it's like a sortie, right? It's a series of 3 missions, but they're right after one another. And if you fail one, you have to do all of them again. It's like a sort of tough version of, oh, that's not good. Where's Leo? Where is Leo? There. A series of 3 missions with a lot of modifiers, tough enemies, and you're also forced to use specific loadouts if you want to get the most rewards out of it. Like they give you a selection of 3 Warframes, 3 primary, 3 secondary, and 3 melee weapons. And if you want to get the most loot
Keyboard
possible,
locked.
Nice. That's the situations, friends. That's the situation where you want to do that. If you want to get the most loot possible, you gotta have all the loadouts
Mouse locked.
that the game says. Yo, team, I know you can do it. I have faith in your team.
Keyboard unlocked.
What, Laggy Shaggy? Your stream points reset? How that? What? How did that happen? I can confirm I did not do such a thing. I did not
Mouse
do that.
Unlocked.
I'm happy the tank just completely decided to ignore me. Tank was like, nah, I'm just gonna attack the real threat on screen, and it's not gonna be the Lavos guy. No, no, no. He can't hurt me. Thank you for explaining. No problem. No problem. I should probably make a video just, you know, going over all the things that are... Okay, that was fast. Thank you, team, I guess. I do not think that I participated to any significant degree.
Now the real fun begins.
Fenmore already has Incarnon. Exactly, yeah. Fenmore is one of the OG Incarnon weapons. They don't need an Incarnon adapter to be Incarnoned. They just need to, you know, you need to do these evolution challenges. That's also true for the Latum, the Praetos, and the Fellarks. But with Fellarks, you don't even want to go into the Incarnon mode. You just want to do the normal fire. Oh, a Tau Green. I take that. I take that. It's not a red one, but it's nice. It's alright. Julie, what's going? Anti-Inodem. Oh, yes, Anti-Inodem. I forgot. Sure. The 5 OG Incarnons. 2 melees. Yeah, 2 melees, 2 primary, and a secondary. Yo, Ananasi, how is it going? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. Yeah, Tau stolen. Exactly. If I had... What's the English word for this condition where you cannot differentiate green and red? Is there like a special term in the English language for that? If you have that condition, then you would have maybe thought this is a red one. You would have maybe thought it's a red one, and then when you read the text, you get disappointed. Thank you, by the way, Technik, Kit, and Leo for the great run. You really carried this. Deuteranopia. Okay. You have it as well, Julie. Okay. So, Julie, this was not a red Tau Forged, unfortunately. And the emote in chat that says stolen is unfortunately a red one, because that happens relatively often. That happens relatively often. Oh, God. Colorblindness. Yeah, okay. Casey Law, colorblindness would be the casual term, I think. Fierce Break, you busy, have to go now. That's perfectly fine, man. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Thank you for tuning in. I wish you a great start into the week. Maybe see you Wednesday. And if not, then all the good to you. And Black Scythe, hey to you too. Friends, I think before we go into Deep Archimedia, let's do a quick showcase of a quick build, like 10 minutes or so, going over builds, going over fashion, if you want to share that. Not too long. Just a couple viewer builds. Thanks, by the way, to Sophie for putting that in the chat. Show me your builds or your fashion that you want to have feedback with, and after that, we go into the Deep Archimedia. Hopefully get some more of the red ones. The Bloodish official, yeah, the Bobfish official, not Bloodish, what the fuck. Bobfish, welcome. Yes, the red ones are stolen anytime. What a Titania Prime level cap build. That's cool. I need to really do some deep digging into Titania. I know that, you know, the razor flies, what are they called? Like those little flies, they can trigger Arcane Kamisato. We've talked about that last stream. I found that out. Arcane Pistolier, sure. Sure. Is this a shield gating build? Because if you say level cap, then you need to be like, you know, somehow be able to, you know, not die. I know you don't get hit a lot with Titania, but you will get hit at some point. Rice Fix Fire, what's going on? Welcome. You got 2 blues plus Archon on 1 plus no reds. Oh, Painpy, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry that you had bad RNG. Instead of preparation, why not using 2 Archon shards? That's the problem. I would love to see, you know, the build showcase screen actually say which Archon shards are being in use. Because maybe there are other Archon Shard options here that make more sense rather than preparation. Max the Streamline. Yeah, but I think that they're... That's a good question. Yeah, actually, that's a good question. Does it have to do with shield getting? I don't know. As I said, Technic, Titania, I do not know a lot about her, so I cannot really give you any proper feedback on that or how it would work. Only needed her kit to survive level cap. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I need to look into it. As I said, I have no real idea about Titania. I know she can fly around and she has 2 exalted weapons, and that's basically where it ends. That's basically where it ends. We have a Kuva Dragoon. Okay, let's take a look at that. With a Riven crit chance multi-shot. Ooh, that's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. I mean, not having the craziest base crit chance, but it's still respectable. We're going for viral. That's alright. That, to me, seems perfectly alright. Maybe next step to sort of increase the damage output that you have here. Go for Prime Ravage here. And I know I sound like a broken record because I say it all the time. If you want to have the most optimal damage possible, go for a faction damage mod here, because with Primary Merciless, you already have base damage. So going for Point Blank plus this is kind of diminishing returns. Would be better to have a faction damage mod here. Other than that, no really big feedback needed. Lone Eagle, most enemies ignore Titania and Razorwing form. That's good to know. That's good to know. Paint Piece, should you get the Recon Effects or the EFV Mars? Both enough standing. I think the Recon Effects is a nicer weapon, especially when you play it with Saren or any frame who can give even more damage instances to it. I have a video on the Recon Effects where I explore that interaction a little bit more. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I personally like rifles in general, so maybe I'm a bit biased there, but yeah, that's basically that. And we have another Excalibur Umbra with this beautiful Atavist Prime armor set. Honestly, I regret not having gotten it when it came around last time. Which Warframe was it part of again? Which Prime was it? This is absolutely beautiful. Like, it fits him so well. And probably also a lot of other frames, but especially him. Like, I should absolutely have that. Next time it comes around, I'm just gonna buy that. Mirage. Oh, it's from... really? It's from Mirage? Interesting. Mirage. Okay. Yeah, when Mirage Prime comes again, I try to get it. Mirage and Banshee. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to try that out. Dante. Build for Noctua. Okay, let's check it out. A Dante build for Noctua. Secondary weapon damage. Makes sense. Makes sense. Dreamer's Bond. I would personally go for Energy Siphon rather than Dreamer's Bond, because you do not need the health regeneration part, since Dante lives on his Overguard. So rather, if you want to have like an energy regeneration thing in the aura, go for Energy Siphon over Dreamer's Bond. I think that's the way to go. But in general, we have a Streamline, sure, Blind Rage. So that makes sense. Umbral Intensify, Umbral Fiber. I would not go for Umbral Fiber because, as I said, you're going to live on your Overguard that you generate from your first ability. So health, armor, in general, anything like that is not needed on him. If you're going into levels that are so high that you cannot survive on your Overguard alone anymore, that is kind of where Dante starts not being that desirable anymore in the first place. So yeah, this is something I would replace. This may be Energy Siphon. But I think Equilibrium should already give you enough energy income to be fine. And for the rest, I don't really have any problems with that, I would say. By the way, Photoid, welcome to the stream. In the second Arcane slot, you could go for whatever you like. More ability strength with Mold Augmented would always be appreciated. Or you could go, if you use secondary Encumber on your Noctua, you could, of course, also go for, what was it, Arcane Impetus, because that's going to be absolutely awesome on him. So much for the feedback on the Dante. And with a Corvex look, swap Dreamer's Bond for Growing Power. Yeah, I mean, in general, George, I would say yes, Growing Power is the #1 aura to go for on him. But I was assuming that if you go for Dreamer's Bond, you probably want to have it for the energy. So that's why I suggested Energy Siphon. And this Corvex looks pretty cool with a backpack here. What Signa is this? That's pretty cool. Is that from... What is that from? That's very nice. Sevagoth. That's a Sevagoth Signa. I didn't even know that Sevagoth had a Signa. That's very, very cool. Looks pretty good on him. It's like a fedora, a little milady, a little milady Corvex. I like that. And we have a Volt Prime. Oh, the Oni Volt. I think the Oni skin is pretty cool on Volt. Yeah, he looks like I wouldn't want to touch him because he would get a little electric shock. No, he looks very cool. Kind of sort of giving me a bit of a Revenant vibe with all the energy coming out of his body, you know what I mean? A Wukong style Signa. A little bit maybe, yeah. Why is there a Wukong player named Furious George in the lobby? I don't know, Gilded. I have no idea. No, this is a very nice Volt. I always appreciate it when people can make these shoulder pads work on a Warframe. You know, those Zeraman themed shoulder pads here, because I always struggle. Like, I have them and they look stunning, but I always struggle to find a frame where they don't look like complete garbage. I don't know if that's just me, but I always struggle with these, and here it looks very good. I like that. Let's go for 3 more, and then we go into Deep Archimedia. Oh, we have a Yareli. Let's go. Bubble Girl, let's take a look at her. Wukong's Crown as a Signa. Oh, Kaislol, that would be cool, yes. Is that the Komi animation set on Yareli? Kind of interesting. No, it's the Noble animation set. That looked kind of Komi-like. But I like her. That's the typical Yareli Warframe flow color palette. He would appreciate that, I'm sure. But she's cool, especially with the Signa, and the Syandana fits pretty well too. That's nice. By the way, will you also go for the Prime Yareli? Or will you keep it at the normal? Enemies can target and destroy conduits. You might not do it here. I actually find, depending on the other modifiers, I find it not all too bad. Because, like, the last 2-3 times that I played Disruption with this modifier, we just took out the Demolist so fast that the enemies kind of didn't have time to do that. So I'm not too afraid. But let's see what's going to happen. Maybe I just jinxed it by saying that. We have a Prisma Skana. Okay, let's take a look at the Prisma Skana with a status chance, crit chance. Ooh. Okay, I see somebody doing some numbers with the Skana here. I appreciate it. That is very, very nice. By the way, we have melee animosity because my camera is over it. So even more corrosive, even more crit damage, crit chance. So we're effectively going for a Tennokai build here, which makes sense. Blood Rush, Killing Blow, Pressure Point, Sacrificial Steel. But to me, this looks like it's a sort of hybrid build, right? Because if you were going for pure heavy attack, you wouldn't go Blood Rush. But if you go for pure light attack, you wouldn't go Sacrificial Steel. So yeah, it's a nice combi. It's a nice combo setup, though I would personally feel like you might want to, instead of Killing Blow, you might want to go for a faction damage mod. Because if I'm not mistaken, then the 120% melee damage from Killing Blow is base damage like Prime Pressure Point. And since Tennokai heavy attacks already have the maximum heavy attack speed that you can have, this basically is just 120% more base damage. and it would be more efficient to go with the faction damage mod here. Otherwise, other than that, absolutely no problem. Looks like a very, very strong build, especially, holy cow, especially with that Riven. That's boss, baby. Iron Doom, how have you been watching on YouTube for a while and figured you could drop by your stream? Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. How's your weekend been? How's it going? You'll never understand Riven mods, Raven. Oh, it's not too difficult actually. You have a mod, and that is for one random weapon, and it only goes on that random weapon, and it has randomized stats, and you can re-roll the stats, and that might potentially make the weapon very, very strong if you get good stats. That's basically all there is to know. Oh, let's look at, Wisp Prime. With the, what was it, the red, no, the Arbiter's Effects armor set. That's very cool. Like a dark bat wisp. As if you guys want to go for an aggressive Kullervo build, do 5 red Tau Force shards, use mostly ability strength mods. Gilded, who you talking to? You're in the wrong stream to talk to people who have 5 red Tau Force Archon shards to spare. Brother, what are you talking about? We're the gang of not owning red here. Don't come in here with your, you just need 5 Tau Force red builds. Yo, Autumn Knight, how's it going? Welcome to the stream, Autumn Knight. Iron Doom, your weekend has been going pretty good, actually. Thanks for that. That's good to hear. That's very good to hear. Always nice to have a great weekend so you can start into the new week in an energized fashion. That's always very cool. But yeah, I love the Wisp, especially the silver accents work very nice on the dark black and red here. That's cool. I think that was 3, right? I think that was 3. I think we should go into the Deep Archimedia, and we should greet Sunny Boy. Welcome as always to you, Sunny Boy. Good to have you around. How was your weekend? What, Drascool? You have 5 red Tau Forged on Wisp and 3 on Yareli. Hey, that's dedication, man. That is dedication. Can't say anything against that, especially on Wisp.
Welcome to the
Let's see. Urai, thanks for the resub, man. Welcome to the stream. By the way, let's see if the shout out now works. Let's see if the shout out comment now works. So Sam, it didn't work earlier. Yes, it worked. Okay. in case you don't know Uraifen, he is making very awesome, very level cappy streams. Man has a lot of knowledge about this game. Usually makes the streams in German, right? But sometimes you also talk English. Am I bugging? Is that right, Urai? How's it going, man? How was your weekend? Thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate
Mouse
it.
locked.
Okay. Guess we're going to stare at a bird for 20 seconds now. And Amin, what's going on? Welcome. Sup, everybody. How's it going, though? For us, it's pretty good. We got a couple shards out of our Temporal Archimedia. So far, nothing special, but nothing all too bad either. It seems we have competitive builders in chat. What competitive builders?
Keyboard locked.
Holy, don't make me. Honestly, it's mixed all the time. It's mixed all the time. Okay. So let's see which color we have. We got a blue one. How much standing do we have? Do we have enough standing for that? Let's just quickly get the blue one.
Keyboard unlocked.
Weekend was great, even it's a hard time at the moment. What's going on, Urai? Do we need to worry about you? Everything good? Okay, what do we have here? Baruch Varuna Chroma. That kind of sounds like Baruch to me.
Mouse locked.
Just private problems as usual. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that you can get it figured out. If you need somebody to talk, you know, DMs are always open, Urai. Don't feel like you need to keep it to yourself. Just saying, right? Just an offer. Just an offer. Imagine
Mouse
if
unlocked.
Oh, my mouse was locked. I'm sorry. Imagine if DE adds a friendly fire option in public lobbies. Oh no, Gilded. Oh no. We call that Gilded. We call that Conclave. And there are, I think, around 3 people on this planet who play it. And there's the reason why it's only 3 people. I do not think that this would be the greatest idea. I do not think so. But okay, we have Baruch, so that's probably what we're going to go with, because my Baruch is pretty dripped out. And that also means that we don't really need to pay that much attention to the weapons because we have an Exalted. Yeah, we'll go with the Slam, right? Why don't we go with the Slam? The Slam build was pretty good. It was pretty dang. Need to find your dinner in the fridge. All right, Urai. All right, man. Then good appetite. Hope that was something nice in the fridge for you waiting. We get the Latron, the Carrack, and the Hind. That's pretty good weapons, actually. We have the Stug again, friends. Hey, we have Stug in both Archimedias before GTA 6. Stug in both Archimedias before GTA 6. That's something. What do we have? Silva and Aegis. I have a Silva and Aegis. It's even pretty nicely built. Let's go with that. Not that I'm going to use it. And then the Latron, of course. The Latron. Oh, wait, I have a Murmur set up. Then let's do that. By the way, I do have a nice Latron Ribbon right here with multi-shot, fire rate, and crit damage. Not top tier, but still not bad. Me likey. Blaze Lightning, what's going on? I'm doing perfectly fine today. We got a couple Archon shards already. We got good loadouts for the Archimedia. So for us, everything's fine. How about you? Casting an ability reduces armor. Yeah, we don't care. Ability duration is... Oh, that kind of hurts. I do not want to have that. Duration of negative status effects and lose to... Okay. I think we might go with everything except that. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly alright. We don't need the Vosper anyway. That's 50 Vosper. Like, that's just like a credit cache, essentially. Doing great, thanks. I'm happy to hear that, man. Welcome to the stream and have a good start into the weekend. Goonjan, hi. I have a very specific question about the game and I would like to know if you can answer it for me. Just pop it, man. Just pop the question and we're gonna see if we can help you. Negwith, why not Precision Intensify on Baruch? Let's see. Give me a second. Why not Precision Intensify on Baruch? No. Because we have Wrathful Advance, and that also wants Strength. That's why not Precision Intensify. Oraxia Prime before Elder Scrolls 6, Sunny Boy. Hey, I think Oraxia Prime before a lot of things. I think Oraxia Prime, I hope not, but it might be Oraxia Prime before GTA 6 on PC. Which would be sad. That would be very sad. How's Icarius Prime, Shadow Kimmy? I think Icarius, in general, the Icarius are very, very good on Yareli because they have the auto-aim. And like if you scoot around with the K-Drive, I think that's a very good fit. In general, though, I'm not the biggest fan of the Icarius. They're decent, but the auto-aim sometimes, like, sucks. Can't put it any differently. So my personal recommendation would be, if you like Yareli, then try the Icarius Prime. If not, probably just like a vibe weapon, you know what I mean? Void Cascade? Maybe, yeah. Maybe Void Cascade. What would be the fastest way to reach level cap and or with high level with enemies? Steel Pad Circuit? Nerdy, I think it would be Void Cascade. I think Void Cascade or Disruption. Not sure if Steel Path Circuit is still the fastest method though. It's one of the faster methods for sure, but I think not the fastest. But hey, let's unlock Archimedia. Bada bing, bada boom. We got our setup right here. Friends, who wants to join in with... I'm gonna quickly go and close all... Everybody who wants to do Elite Deep Archimedia, I repeat, Elite Deep Archimedia, message me now. We need a team. Maybe those who already went into the Temple Archimedia, maybe leave the room open for someone else who hasn't joined yet. But if somebody wants to join, feel free to message me. Is Roar good on Baruch? Starlight, Roar is basically good on everyone. Like, as long as your Warframe is supposed to deal damage, you can always throw Roar on, and you're never going to be in a bad spot. Maybe on some frames there are more optimal synergies than Roar, but like, Roar is never wrong. I cannot imagine a single setup where Roar would actively be bad. You want to join? Okay. Anyone else? Like, we already had Technic in Elite Temporal Archimedes, so if anyone else wants to go, I would rather give the spot to them. No offense, Technic. Volt start is staring at us. Oh yeah, holy cow. Yeah, Volt is... Holy cow, this Volt looks like menacing. He's like...
Brother, I see you. I see you. I'm gonna steal your red Archon shards.
Okay, seems like nope. Then we're gonna go to Technic. What about Condemn? Condemn is a great skill. Not gonna lie, Condemn works on especially frames who want to have, you know, their shield back. I didn't even pay attention which game modes we have. We have Survival, we have Disruption. What was the fourth one? It's just standing there menacingly, exactly. Schnicks, good evening. My fellow Tenos just came to say hi. Can't stay because studying. Oh yeah, that's perfectly fine, man. Appreciate it anyway. Appreciate that you came to say hi. And I wish you much success with the studying. And a good start into the week, of course. Let's just get in here. Tailwind but buffed by Roar Starlord. As I said, Roar is always great. And it also has the advantage that you do not need to go for faction damage mod specifically, because Roar is considered faction damage. It is considered that, meaning that's pretty cool. So where are the enemies? Everybody's just going there, and then the enemies are like, nope, we are here. Fashion damage is if you have like a lich, right? See, the thing is, I have on this specific Baruch setup right here, I'm not running low duration Baruch because I personally think that reducing the restraint with your 3 is actually pretty alright. I think it's pretty alright. It just needs a second in order to like really ramp up. But once you get it going, it's fine. And I think his 3 is actually too nice to not have it on. Just saying, you know what I mean? Chroma got the OG fashion damage. So now we should be good, right? Now we should be good. We should be able to do the heavy slams and kablooey. Now we should be able to do that. Yes, that's what I want to see. The big red numbers, 1 million. There we go, 4 million. Who are those murmurs we're talking about? Ain't nobody doing that on my watch. Oh no, ad jail. Is it that time again? I am sorry. It is ad jail time again. Oh no. See, like the restraint is holding up pretty nicely. Adonis, do you have a Yareli build? Yes, I put one out with the release of Yareli Prime last week. You can check it out, and welcome to the stream. You can just go to my YouTube channel and type in Yareli, and you're going to find it. Yeah, let's do some of that. Yes, let's deal damage, friends. Kablooey. You didn't post the Streamers Live announcement in the Discord, Autumn Night. I never post Streamers Live announcements in the Discord. I put the stream dates and times into the upcoming stream section. I think I did that, right? I think I did that for this week. Let's take a look at how fast we can down this freaking Necromech here. Yeah, kind of not working. Let's shoot at the weak spot instead then. Oh, what was that? Yeah, that looks kind of a little bit cringe. Damage ain't really there. Oh, you were blaming Corey. Okay, I get it. Oh god, you too. There we go, bam. Yeah, Latron Incarnate is not necessarily the greatest weapon for a single target. Answer Goon's question, Lone Eagle. What did Goon say? Oh, you have a Harmony and use Arcane You need melee influence when applying status effects with a ground slam to an enemy affected by Nesha's 4. And the status effects shared, or are they applied in a single instance? Do you mean Nesha's 4 with the Divine Retribution augment? Like, the thing is, I'm not too well versed on Nesha and what exactly the 4 again was. But when you do melee influence, basically what happens is that if you trigger a status effect while the buff is on, the status effect is being spread to the enemies in the AoE, which would be the ones affected by the 4, I assume. I do not know if there's any type of double dipping shenanigans going on. I'm sorry, I have maybe 1 hour of playtime on Nesha, so unfortunately I cannot give you a satisfactory answer on that. What's the best way to farm credits as a rank 6 player? The normal reward for mission is just 2. Dragon Slayer, what a beautiful question. Oh, let me quickly rescue Technic right here. When it comes to early game credits, there are basically 2 ways. It depends. If you have unlocked the index on Neptune already, like the game mode called the index, then definitely go there. That's one of the nicest and most convenient credit farms in the game. If you have not unlocked that yet, then my recommendation would be play a Dark Sector mission as your first mission of the day, because that will then give you 30 to 40,000 credits as a reward. I explained this in more detail on my YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube short uploaded there. I actually did that yesterday. That explains the whole thing in 1 minute. If you want to know how to, like, in the very, very early game, get your credits set up, then check out that YouTube short. Woo, Nilo, wishing you Red Shards. Thank you so much, Nilo. We need the luck. We very need that. We got 1 though today. We got 1. Could be worse. I'm really just hitting myself here, isn't it? No problem, Dragon Slayer. I hope it will help you sort your credit. Why am I constantly hitting myself? Zephyr players gotta stick together. Absolutely. Zephyr is omega underrated.
Mouse locked.
Yes, Rogue Necromech defeated. Yeah, the survival is going pretty good so far. Starlord No Bird 3 has blue this week. Yes, an Echo Voca. How nice.
Mouse unlocked.
Isn't it beautiful to look at the game from one direction only? Kind of turning into a side scroller. Remind me to avoid every limbo, because the one I had stuck on a team called out Rhino for, who was max rank, no skill. What? I don't know, man. I think a lot of players who play limbo in public just like to troll. I do not often see limbo players in general in public, but if, then oftentimes they're a little bit trolly. I have 1 more. Is it possible to get 1 more Gaia statuses, or only from Maru or the infection events? Oh, you mean Aya statue? You mean Ayatan statues? You can get Ayatan statues from playing a game mode called it's so hard to, like, speak English, play a game, and think about language. Arbitrations. It's a game mode that you unlock once you have finished every node on the star chart, so it's not that early game, unfortunately. That's the best way to farm Ayatan statues. Other than that, especially when you're in the early game, just focus on doing Moru's Ayatan hunt once a week. That's kind of the best solution on getting them consistently. They technically can be found in missions. Like, it can happen that they just spawn in a corner on the map in a normal mission, and if you find them, you can just take them and pick them up. But, like, you would have to take a lot of time to find them without a dedicated build to do that. So yeah, I would just say do your Ayatan treasure hunt as a beginner. That's the safest bet there. Yo, Parker Contreras, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Isn't it changed since the last patch? I'm not sure, Grizzlar. I'm not sure. I think I think it was Steel Path, right? Wasn't that referring to Steel Path being not as much of a pain anymore? I think Arbitration still needs you to 100% the star chart, right? Dragonfly should probably eat breakfast. Yeah, at 10:30. Breakfast sounds pretty decent. That sounds pretty decent. I actually just had a granola bar and a coffee for breakfast. I did not... Where the heck do I need to go? The map markers are all over the place again. Busy Junior, been trying to unlock Steel Path for months. Yeah, it can be kind of tough at times. I do appreciate, though, that they're going to make it early game accessible, or more early... No, not early game, but like more accessible, right? To not have to go through absolutely everything. So yeah, unfortunately, no Archon chart for that. I hope we can amp up the drop RNG a little bit here.
Arterial conduits located here. Move in, secure, retrieve.
Too focused on Warframe to even eat. That doesn't sound healthy, Dragonfall. That does not sound healthy at all. So go get something to eat. So where do we have the foes? I need to get my restraint away. You need those adapters, man. Yeah, I get it. Like, there are a lot of items like the adapters or the Orc and catalysts and reactors and everything that you want to farm to have like the good builds. Get them going. Keep getting shards when you can't use them. Oh, that's some first world problem right there. Oh no, everybody, I'm getting Archon shards and I can't use them. Oh man, just kidding.
Welcome, Tenno. Our
Griezela, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the sub badge. Really, really appreciate your generosity, man. Good to have you on board. Don't have helmet yet. That's fine. There's no need to rush. You gotta enjoy that. That, by the way, goes for absolutely everybody, right? You gotta enjoy. You gotta enjoy the joy of mid game as long as it lasts. Once you're in the end game and you're just absolutely destroying everything at the press of a button, the game becomes a lot less interesting, actually. Like, mid game is the time where you're gonna enjoy the most out of this game, so cherish that time. Don't try to rush through mid game. It's not worth it. It's the best time. At some point it's repetitive. Exactly. Exactly. Yo, a lot of Clems coming in. Wait, that was a demo unit? I didn't even hear anything from them. Interesting. Oh god. The new Nightwave believe is... Yeah, exactly. The new Nightwave is here. That's true. I think it dropped last week, right? With the Hourly Prime. I hope you all got rid of your Nightwave credits. Hey, really, Autumn Knight became more interesting to you the more you destroyed everything. I just remember that when I played with two friends of mine, when we were like in the mid game and we were like grinding platinum and we were grinding relics and grinding everything, it was always so great. Like when we finally got a new mod, for example, something like at the time was the hot shit. What was it called? That Acolyte mod, the gold mod, where you get crit chance for headshots. There's a galvanized version of it by now as well. But back in the day, there was no galvanized mods yet. We farmed that, and we farmed that for hours. It had such a low drop rate. Where are the enemies, by the way? What the heck? Argon Scope. Thank you, Lucas. Thank you. Yes, Argon Scope. We farmed that for hours, and then we finally got it, and we were so happy. What the heck? Oh, here they are. Oh, here they are. Okay. I get it. I'm just going to pick this one up real quick. PSI, you might wonder how strong Orexia is going to be. That's a good question. We have no idea just yet. We have not seen any gameplay from her. Not anything. So we're gotta, keep on wondering. But I'm also very curious. I really hope that she's going to be good. Because, she looks pretty good. She looks good. And I would love it if she would actually walk up walls. See, I have the blue key now, so I can insert it right away in the next round. Yo, veteran, you did your first deep Archimedia a while ago and failed your first mission. Eh, that's no problem. That is perfectly no problem, right? I think Archimedia for Steel Path players is roundabout, you know, a brick wall sort of situation as Steel Path is for normal Star Chart players, right? When you first do your first Steel Path mission, you absolutely go at 200 miles an hour into a brick wall. That's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. That's normal. You got to get through it after a while. And with Archimedia, it's kind of the same. So no need to feel bad about it. Just work on your builds, work on a variety, and maybe you get luckier with the setup next time. Dragonfall, eat breakfast. Yes, Dragonfall, eat breakfast. Do that. Breakfast is on me. That was fast. It was not me, though. Exactly, PSI. That is exactly what everybody's been talking about. Was what I'm always also wondering. If that were to count as a wall latch, that would be pretty amazing because that would comfortably allow you to trigger stuff like Arcane Arachne without being Omega cringe to play. That is the cool thing. Like, I think that has some potential right there. Would be lovely if it were actually that way, but it's too early to, you know, make definite calls here. That's what I'm saying. Fanboy Prime, what's going on? Welcome. How was your weekend, Fanboy? Yeah, I'm not gonna kill that, am I? Yeah, that kind of no. That does not look like I'm gonna get that kill anytime soon. You should try the Torrid Incarnon Burst on Dual Toxicist and you will be amazed even more. Yeah, these are kind of like some of the most popular and definitely deserved most popular Incarnon weapons. Like, lol, like the Torrid Incarnon, honestly, brother. Torrid Incarnon is just like left mouse button, bam, you win the game. But to be fair, like, all of them are kind of like that. All of them are kind of like that. It's not just the Torrid. You were hanging in bed doing nothing at all. Hey, that's fun. One yellow. Really? Really? One yellow? Come on, Space Mom. Don't be so stingy. But that's fine, Fanboy. You gotta have those inactive weekends. I actually think... What are we even playing?
Initiating final phase. Kill the envoy responsible for this fiasco. Priority one.
Oh, is it the boss? The assassination?
This ends now.
I actually think that it's sometimes good to just like have idle time. Just like really doing nothing sometimes is really good. Like I'm also like one of those people who can't do nothing, so to speak, right? Who always need something to do, who cannot sit on their butt doing nothing. But I sometimes just really enjoy forcing myself to do nothing. I think that's actually healthy. By the way, Johnny Harris, in case you know him, made a very great video on a very similar topic recently about boredom. That was pretty eye-opening. You're lagging so bad, Dragonfall. Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that. Testfallen, with all the power creep now in the game, do you think there will be a next stage for Steel Path at some point? I think they're gonna find solutions to make restrictions for endgame content like Archimedia, for example, that make it more challenging for veteran players, that encourages build crafting. But I genuinely don't think that just increasing enemy level will do anything. Like, we have a legitimate amount of loadouts already in the game that can do level cap. Like, the maximum level that the game can even have. So, I don't think that's gonna change anything. And I also don't think that Warframe is necessarily a game where we should look at power creep the same way that we do in other games, because the point at which Warframe stopped being a somewhat balanced experience, that's been we are over that point for years now, right? Warframe is essentially Dynasty Warriors with Space Ninjas, and that's just how it is. And I've come to accept that. There was a time where I was very mad about it, so to speak, where I really wanted Warframe to be, you know, more like a normal shooter, more grounded, more mechanically challenging. But it's just not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. That's the game that we have, and so I will try to not worry all that much about it. You're just going to get gray hair over it otherwise. So whenever somebody complains about power creep, like, I get where that's coming from, but I also think that Warframe has embraced power creep up to 11 so hard that it's kind of to be expected. It's kind of the name of the game in this sense. Cough Revenant, exactly, Gilded, right? Right? If you know, you know. If you know, you know. D&D, how do I get my name? Take a look at the FAQ under the stream. Stream looks nice. Well, Battle Chinchilla, that's a nice name. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How is it going? Into the whiskey. What? Into the whiskey. What are we talking about? No, I'm not a whiskey person. I like gin, though. Gin is nice. Making the game hard, Blesco serves no purpose. Yeah, like, I get that there are veterans in this game who really want mechanical challenge. And that's kind of like a problem that a lot of games are facing. I think Destiny, coming from a person who has not really ever played Destiny. What? Farscape, thanks for the resub. Farscape, welcome. Good to see you. Good to have you on board for another month. You also now have the bronze badge, right? You got rid of the gray. You got rid of the gray. You're not at the wall anymore. You're not a member of the Night Watch anymore. You're now bronze. Oh, man. No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Farscape. Welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. What I was about to say before was, I know there are veterans who are frustrated with the fact that there is no legitimately mechanically challenging content in the game. But we've talked about this, like, everybody, the entire community has talked about this topic so much. And I just think that we need to see Warframe for what it is. And I think that's also one reason why we're getting Soulframe at some point, maybe next year. Because Soulframe, I think, can scratch that itch of being slower and having more actual challenge more than Warframe can. Like, I think genuinely, without even knowing it, the point where the devs introduced bullet jumping as a mechanic, that was the point where Warframe... Where the fuck do I need to go? That is the point where Warframe, you know, embraced the power creep to the point where it's not able to ground the game anymore. I think having the bullet jump and aim glide combination to be able to just avoid any type of content, to have mobility that is so far beyond what any enemy is capable of, I think that was the first time where Warframe got so absolutely freaking busted that power creep started to be possible. Totally like to just zone out Farscape. That's perfectly fine. That's exactly how I play Warframe as well, right? I play Warframe usually as second monitor content. If I want to watch some YouTube stuff or some Netflix, I just open up Warframe and do it on the side, which is also why I'm maining Revenant, because it's just the most convenient thing. But that's just, you know, how I play it. And how a lot of people play it. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. Can I please get into the air? Thank you. Washed, it took you 1 week to get a maxed out Arc and Energize. That's actually not too bad. That's honestly not too bad, I would say. Because back in my days, it used to take us a long time. But now I'm happy that you have it. Having a full maxed Arcane Energize is always valuable. You know what's also valuable is just not being completely useless in this boss fight. Okay, Farscape, that's fair. Dante, in most content, Dante can do kind of the same amount of AFK playstyle as Revenant. That is fair. I think I might just shoot the weapon instead. I'm not dealing damage anyway. This is where you got smoked, yo, man. Oh, you got smoked in the boss fight. Yeah, I get that. He's just like incredibly tanky. But by the way, this is also where you can farm Stila pretty easily, right? I'm wondering why he's not spawning his minions though. Does it have to be a modifier with the minions? He can wizard on that thing. Exactly, Corey. That's a Dante way of life. Ooh, the circuit has your mainframe Dragonfall and 2 weapons to use. Oh, that's good. That's some good news. Man, he's just so tanky spanky. The thing is, it's not even really interesting right now. So yeah, what are you guys up to? What are we talking about? What are we talking about before? What are we talking about while we're enjoying this background entertainment right here? This pressing left mouse button until the never budging red bar eventually goes to the left side. Thoughts on Limbo? I think Limbo is good. I should dedicate some more time to checking him out. Right now, I'm only using him for resource container breaking. You know, I kind of have a tendency to take great characters in games and just abuse them for one stupid farming mechanic gimmick. Like when I play Genshin Impact, I have Zhongli, the Geo Archon, and everybody's like, oh, Zhongli's so good, and he has the best shield, and he's great, and he deals damage, and he can do so much, and he can do resistance shred, and I'm like, yeah, but I can also use him to just break ore veins, and then pick up the crystals. Right? That's the only thing I use him for. Oh, Zakru for Grogdril is also nice, that's true. Lavos Prime is great. He looks great. I finally got to play him a little bit when the Prime was released. I also have a video on him. In case you haven't watched, then you might want to check that out if you're interested on like Lavos takes from my side. But I think he's a good weapons platform. Not necessarily my favorite weapons platform, but he is very good. Dragonfall, you haven't played Warframe since you got Kazuha. You mean Genshin? I mean, Kazuha's really great. Kazuha's still cool. Kind of feel like I'm about to die very soon. Is your voice Australian? No, I am German. I am not from the country where everything wants to kill you. Like that, see? See Baruch? Baruch is Australian, that's why he's dead now. You had Dante who kept pocketing you every time, so you used Dons Macabre, and we finished 100 extermination missions. That's cool. Dons Macabre, c'est très cool. His armor deals 200% of selected element with weapons is busted with max strength. Yeah, I get that. No, he's really good. I'm not saying that he's not good. I just think that personally, Harrow and Seren are technically even nicer when it comes to weapon buffing. Can somebody please ban Dakota? That's a stupid comment. Thank you. So, the red bar is moving, friends. We're almost to the left side. Limbo is good for, yes, Nightfall, especially when it comes to, you know, this challenge where you need to do, what was it, 3 or 5 rounds of index without the enemy scoring a single point. Limbo is absolutely goated in that situation. Just make sure that nobody touches that thing. Murmur boss versus One Punch Man, who wins? That's a very good question. I think One Punch Man. But I think the Murmur boss would put up hell of a fight. Deep skill, you guys have always helped you with the builds, especially with damage buffing. That's cool. I'm happy. So we got it. Thank you, team, for the runs. Thank you, thank you. That was very nice. Let's hope that we get some red shards out of this. Oh, come on, come on. One red, please. Oh, God. Oh, God. I was like, one red, please. Give me one red. Give me one red. And then it's like, you know what? Wait, where did you get the red from? Was that from the, or did it come in the last? I just saw the Talforged yellow and the Talforged blue and no red. Was the red one also a reward in the last one? I'm not sure right now. I am very much not sure. Give me a second. All right. So, that's a pretty good reward, right? That's a pretty nice one. We got one red shard. But wasn't the one red shard we got, wasn't that from the... Anyway, not going to complain. It's a pretty good reward. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Thank you all for the runs, for carrying big time. I hugely appreciate it. We need to see your graphic settings. Sure, I can show my graphic settings. No problem. I just have all the stuff maxed out. Let's just wait before the reward, until the reward pool is gone. Oh, come on. I know it got 20 Vosphor. It's fine. Okay, so, what I'm playing is I play in windowed mode because, you know, 1080p stream. I have a very big, 34-inch monitor, like a ultra-wide curved one. So I played in windowed mode. We got DLSS on with performance because I want my graphics card to chill. Takes less electricity, costs less money. And I actually set my stuff to medium because genuinely, right? Genuinely, it gets very hot in here if my 3080 actually works. You know what I mean? So I'm not even, I thought I had it maxed out. I don't even have that. So this is basically what you're seeing. And then I switch on all those effects right here. That's basically the graphic settings. How are you grinding this what map? Lucky Larry, this is the Sanctum Anatomica map. If you haven't unlocked that yet, then I would recommend you just play further through the story, because that is essentially, I don't want to spoil it, right? But as you continue further through the story, you will unlock this part of the map. 78 brightness, what? Still looks like it'll burn your laptop, Nilo. Honestly, I once played that on my laptop too. They do have, in fact, that's very funny, by the way. Oh, they don't have that anymore? They used to have like one switch, like one tick box that you could tick in the options that was called laptop mode. And it would take like the visuals of the game and make it look as ass as possible, but it would run. Unfortunately, either they have renamed it, or they took it out, but laptop mode used to be a thing. Getting bullied by Arson Eximus Dragonfall. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Like Arson and Blitz Eximus, they're like, they like to be a pain. You know what I mean? Have you considered upgrading the PC, yo veteran? I mean, I already upgraded the PC not too long ago. I think a 3080 is actually pretty enough for Warframe, and I do have a 7950 X3D processor with 46 gigabytes of RAM. I think I don't need to upgrade anytime soon. The only problem is that I'm living in an apartment without air conditioning that gets very warm, especially in summer. So that's why in the warm time of the year that we're in now, I just reduce the graphic settings, put DLSS on, and then the 3080 is basically chilling at 10-20%. And that's it. And in winter, right? In winter, we're going to crank that up to 11 and let that thing work, because then it's going to get nice and cozy in here. There are also advantages to it. Oh, the Archon Shards, Larry. Archon Shards is something that you will unlock after the New War quest. Support guy made 300 platinum today. How did they do that? With Yarley Prime? Yeah, 3080 is pretty powerful. I think in general, in modern gaming, especially with the rise of AI support technologies like DLSS or any type of upscaling algorithm, I think that like powerful hardware on the cards is actually not going to be all that much of a thing anymore, right? It's going to come down to which type of super resolution does your card support. And you just got to have one that supports the most modern type of super sampling. Greased Dupe Badger. Thank you so much, Greased Dupe Badger, for the sub. Welcome to the crew. Big Bro Fist. Enjoy the emotes, enjoy the loyalty badges. Good to have you on board. How many gigs of VRAM? I have the small one. It was 8 and 10, right? With the 3080, it was an 8 model and a 10 model. I think I have the 8 model. Or was it a 10 or a 12 model? If they have the model with 10 and 12, I have the 10. If it was 8 versus 10, then I have the 8. I have the smaller one. I got it from one of those Chinese manufacturers that are a bit cheaper, from Inno3D. Don't know if you ever heard about them. But I found a good deal online and I bought it. And what the heck is going on? I didn't even say hi to you. What is happening? Why am I going into my... Hello? Why am I going into my... What is happening? Why do I go into my cooperative change loadout whenever I press W? Did I change something in the... Whatever. Hacked on stream. I don't know, man. What happened there? When I go into this position... I press W?
So many responsibilities to juggle.
What? Yeah, I'm going to stay away from there for now. I'm going to stay away from there for now. Oh, God. Oh, God. Pure Loco, what's going on? You're ranked 5 in demos and the Hex. How would you recommend someone trying to unlock Elite Archimedia on both? You know what? Because this question comes up all the time, let me actually quickly go to the wiki, because I do not remember how to unlock the Elite one. Let me go through all the things that it says here. Elite Archimedia. Offers higher blah blah blah. Yeah. Completing, yeah. Elite Archimedia is permanently unlocked by completing a Deep Archimedia with 25 research points, requiring all points from loadout and personal modifiers. Okay, so in order to go Elite Archimedia, we gotta go there now. So in order to unlock the Elite version of Archimedia, you gotta have all of a normal Archimedia completed with all of this here on, and then you will unlock the Elite option. As for a recommendation as to how to unlock it in the first place, that's a good question. I think it comes down to, especially if you have not built all the Warframes and all the weapons, right? I think it comes down to just getting lucky one week with a good setup where you can take all the boxes and then going with it. Or you ask if somebody can carry you in the recruit chat. I think that's the two ways to go. You're always, Deepski, you're always getting demolished when you play it solo. Fair. By the way, I usually play Archimedia with randoms if I don't do it on stream, because like if you play a Revenant or something, then usually survival is not the issue, and also damage output is kind of sort of okay. But then you have game modes like defense, where you just cannot solo that as a Revenant. It just does not work, and that's why I prefer doing Archimedia in a full team. I think it's pretty tough if you try to do it on your own if you don't get a good roll. The game works for some people. Mob Barley, yeah. Yo, Dystopia, what's going on? Have a good rest of your day. You're heading out of the day. Yeah, sure, do that. Have a good afternoon. Had an early day at work today. Then relax, bro. Get home. I'll always appreciate you being here, man. Get home, have a relaxed afternoon or morning, midday, and, you know, have a good one. We see you maybe on Wednesday. Let's see. And, yeah, have a good one, Dystopia. Always nice to have you. That's why you bring a carry that doesn't exactly Grizzly. If you have a nice other player who wants to help, then sure, they can. Or what you can also do, if you have a friend who plays the game or a clanmate, then you could theoretically also go and be like, let's do the Archimedia twice. One time, I tick all the boxes and you carry me through with your best loadout that you have. And then you sort of swap positions where you carry them through. That's also something you could do. Chikateriyaki, you're back home. That's good. That is very, very good. Then, you know, snacks and drinks, I hope they are already prepared, so you don't have to do that right now. However, Ferenc, I need to do a little bathroom break. You know how it is. You know, it happens sometimes. And I'm going to do that. I will be back in 2 minutes, and then we're going to have to do a final Netracell, as well as maybe an Archon hunt. So then we're going to get basically done with the entire shard business for this week. That'd be cool. So, you don't go away, otherwise Clem is going to be mad at you. And in 2 minutes, I see you again. Screw that song. Wait, can I? Oh, by the way, I can play an advertisement on Twitch now, so the advertisement will not happen when I'm back. So I'm going to do that right now. See you soon. and here we are back again. I try to not shout too loud to not scare anyone off. But we are back. Give me a second for the scene switch. Warframe in-game. There we go. We're back. We're back in the game. And let me also open the game. There we go. And the chat. And now I'm there. Guess who's back? Back again. Blacky's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Da na 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 na. Yo. Let's go. Let's do a Netracell. By the way, chat, who's up for a Netracell? Who's up for a Netracell? I'm just going to invite whoever's... That was the build request. Hope for a good day. I'm just going to invite who is there. Whoever accepts first. Let's go for one Netracell run. It's going to be an easy chill one. Differential devastated. Do the Indian accent. Differential. You know what the fun thing is? As a white person on the internet, I don't know if you were aware. I don't know if anyone in chat was aware, but there is a law on the internet that says that if you're white, you're allowed to make fun at other white people, but you are in no way allowed to make any fun that involves non-white people. And if you do that, the punishment is cancellation till the end of time. And that means you will never get to hear my Indian accent on stream. I can do the Russian. I can do a Russian accent. I can do the French accent. I can do British and have a bottle of water. No problem. But and of course I can do the German. Of course, that's my specialty. But that's all I can do. I am not in a position to do anything else. I'm not brave enough to do that. Grizzle, I think actually that Dutch people speak English so well that to me personally, it seems like they never really have that much of an accent. If I'm being perfectly honest, I find it impressive how well Dutch people can speak both English and German at the same time. What's the punishment? It is the punishment. Good baby. The punishment is cancellation till the end of time. That is what's happening. Maybe somebody will make a drama, like one of those drama YouTubers will talk about it, and that's basically it. That's what's gonna happen. You're down for Archon Hunt, Yo veteran? That's fine. We're probably gonna do Archon Hunt afterwards. I mean, Netracell doesn't take all that long. Just get rid of that last Surge Pulse for the week. That's true, but they have... Yeah, sure, Rotily, they do have an accent still. That's fair. But in all honesty, I think I cannot fake it. I think I cannot do Dutch accent. I can recognize it whenever I hear it. It's pretty distinct in that sense. Like, if you hear a Dutch person, you instantly know they're Dutch. But I can't do it myself. I also do not speak a single freaking word of Dutch because... I'm a German, right? I kind of feel like it's so embarrassing that all the Dutch people seem to speak perfect German, but we Germans are just like, we do not know a single word. Just not know a single word. I kind of, in that regard, I kind of feel like this whole stereotype of US people not speaking other languages, to me, like, as a German people, it's kind of in that sense with Dutch. Italian, I'm also not good at Italian. I can't do that. I'm really good at French. I managed to trick the AI accent analyzer software to believe that I'm 69% French. Nice, by the way. But the fun thing is when my friends and I were fooling around with this software that can detect accents. And we were trying to go British. It always said that we were South African. That was kind of fun. I didn't even know that those accents apparently sound so similar. Yo, Lev, what's going on? French it is. Oh, man. Unfortunately, Raw Artillery, no. I need to work on my Aussie accent, though. I need to do that. Because I think it's actually kind of cool. Should work on that. But for now, we can try and stick with the French accent. A petit peu. Just go through the level and try to get some red Archon shards out of the Netracell run. This Protea has been What is with... Which Protea has been starting? Yo, Denim, what's going on? Starlord, you're Scottish. Oh boy. That's also some of the tough stuff. I mean, I think I haven't ever talked to a Scottish person, but I talked to Tactical Potato, and he's from Ireland, and I always feel so embarrassed because I have to ask him to repeat stuff so often because I just don't understand it. Yeah, and his accent isn't even that bad. It's just that, you know, and at these points it shows that I'm just not a native. Can you do? No, Autumn Knight. American is the last thing I can do. I cannot do that. Oh, do we have the bug again where the enemies don't spawn? Please don't tell me they don't spawn. By the way, where's Warframe Flow from again? I know he's from some African country, but I don't remember which one it was. What Yarly made? yeah, sure. I think he's eating good this week or last week or just in general. You know, with Yarly Prime being so pretty and all. Why does? Where's the enemies, friends? Where are they? Where are they at? Is it one of the South? Really, he's from South Africa? I thought it was something else, like also in the south of the continent, but I didn't know it was South Africa in specific. The urge to say the name of that one state. Fluffy, what's going on? You and him are the first ones. Oh, thanks, Raw Artillery. Yeah, I think he does a tremendous job. Like, I also like to watch his stuff. He has some very nice and base takes on a lot of stuff. You're using Baruch and expecting enemies to come to you. Yeah, sure. No, I expect enemies to come in the first place. This is kind of unfortunate that apparently they still haven't fixed this issue where if the tile set is built in a way that you have two rooms that are basically on top of each other, that enemies still have this issue that they only run to one room and then they just don't show up because they're all stuck on the other elevation level, which is I think more than 1 year after this tile set, we should probably have that fixed by now. The guy's a pacifist. I know. The restraint meter is almost down to the half. So I kind of feel like we're Civilization Gandhi right now. Just need to make sure to get that one integer error, and then we can start the nukes. What differential that your Lich stole the blue one? Oh no. Oh no. Gildy, you would like to learn Grenier language. Isn't Grenier language like super scuffed basic English? Like if you really pay attention, isn't it just like normal English? Yeah, maybe I should also be in the radius. You should play Baruch while only being allowed while restraint is at 0. Then I have the wrong build. Because for that I would have to have a negative duration on his 2. For the brothers, exactly. Yes, it's scuffed English with Grenier, yeah. I would be more interested in learning Corpus, because Corpus is like some really spaced up shit. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, then the corpus language basically says in the lore, and correct me if I'm wrong, that their helmets that they're wearing, the biological corpus, the helmets that they're wearing are basically converting their normal language into this weird amalgamation of whatever it is, so that they can communicate with their robots. Isn't it like that? Isn't it that corpus actually speak normal English, just that their helmets are making those sounds so that the robots understand it? I also like Call. Who does not like Call? It sounds like a scuffed fair. It sounds like a scuffed Russian person speaking English, which has another filter of scuffedness applied to it in post. That's kind of what Grenier sounds like. Now we're finally making some progress. Just to confirm, ability duration doesn't make sense on... the thing is, with the ability duration, Yo Veteran, there is this build where you use his second ability in order to put his restraint down, but the problem is the second ability is not recastable, if I'm not mistaken. And that's why why a lot of people play negative duration Baruch, so that you can spam your second ability to have your restraint down very quickly. However, I personally find it more comfortable to not use the second ability to reduce the restraint, but rather use the charges from his 3. Because if you have those on and then you run into enemies, it will also reduce your restraint for every enemy that they hit. It's not like an instant annihilation of the restraint, but it's pretty neat and pretty consistent. Like, you can keep it down enough to have your Exalted Fist basically on constantly, which is why I play him like this. But you can basically do it both ways. Nice helmet. I just use it to serve dip. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, could you make a build where I only get to punch once, but it one-shots and the range is insane at this point? Unfortunately, the range on Baruch's 4th ability can't be modded. Like, those like air thingies that he shoots out, they just fly how far they fly. So if you wanted to go for like a one-punch type of playstyle, I would recommend going for Atlas, because there you can actually mod the range. That's pretty darn strong too. Not unfortunately, Differential, I do not have an opinion on Gyro just yet, because I still haven't managed to build her in time. So I have to do that. I hear a lot of people love her, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna like her too, especially because she has a cool new deluxe skin, or not like new, but like pretty recently still. Yeah, I also think that with the new augment, Gyro has seen a lot more love. So let's get out and see if that one was a red shard.
Okay. Next time.
Top 10 in your book, Raw Artillery. That's cool. Like, that's a big statement. Can't wait to try her out. I just love how I have like 2 different rings of stuff around me. How many abilities that visually put rings around you exist in the game? Is it possible to have a squad with 4 different Warframes where you have like 4 different visual rings around you? Nope, that is a melee crescendo. Unfortunate. How do Archon Shards work, Night Raven? That's actually relatively simple. I can show you. By the way, thanks for the run, guys. Was amazing, as always. For anyone wondering how Archon Shards work, I'm going to show you. That's pretty simple. Actually, you know the normal mod loadout, right? This is how your mod screen looks. I know, great news for everybody, right? This is how the mod screen looks. No, this is where you put arcanes and mods in. And Archon Shards are kind of like a second layer of mods, so to speak. You use them in your helmet chair, in the Archon Shard tab. And they basically provide stats to your Warframe like mods. just, you know, their own stuff, and you have 5 slots, and you put them in, and then you get whatever they do. For example, a yellow one can do 30% more maximum energy filled on spawn, or more effectiveness on health orb, more casting speed, stuff like that. The red one gives you more ability strength, ability duration, offensive stuff. And like every color of Archon shards has their different things that they can do, and you can put up to 5 per Warframe. And in order to unlock these, the usage of Archon shards in the first place, you will have to finish the new war quest to, I think, unlock Archon shards in the first place. And then there's a certain helmet segment that you can unlock that allows you to actually use them in your helmet chair. Bella Ra! Hi! Queen sent Blue Girl, exactly. The Queen sent Blue Girl. Lizzie's voice of that would be cool. Yeah, I would be up for that. Gilded. Oh, Gyre also has an ability with rings. That's cool. And you finished Yo Veteran, you finished all the helmet segment. That's very good. Emerald, yes, Emerald Archon shards, exactly. They're very perfect, especially on Saren. Just like the full strip is real. By the way, what are we having in Archon Hunt this week? Blue. Huh. Extermination, Excavation, Shadowrun. Shadowrun? Oh god, I'm too much into pen and paper. Showdown. Extermination, Excavation, Showdown. Yeah, that's fine. By the way, friends, who wants to join me for Archon Hunt? Message me now. Everybody who wants to do Archon Hunt, a quick little Archon Hunt. I'm going to go in with Zephyr and stand on the excavator. And then we do a quick Archon Hunt as well. What is this? No. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this. That's alright. Oh, now we can actually use whatever we want, right? I think I'm gonna go with the Blast Ignis. I think I might just go with the Blast Ignis. And the rest doesn't matter. Maybe I go with the Harmony for the Archon. And the rest is gonna be fine. Max damage, of course. And Diriga is okay. And then we can go. MHBlacky, what's going on? Yeah, hey, yo, it happens. You try streaming and reading a chat that goes completely topsy-turvy. Yo, veteran. What's going on? Let's do this. It's easy, already done. Vicky, unfortunately,
Our numbers grow.
Denoclus Grim, thank you for the sub. Big Brofist, welcome on board. Welcome to the crew. Enjoy the emotes. Enjoy the loyalty badges. Really appreciate your support. Thank you, thank you. Vicky, unfortunately, I have not really yet had the time to really dedicate hours to the Kim system. I feel kind of bad for it because I like the idea of it. And I had, like, round about Christmas, I had a bit of off time and chatted quite a bit with the original Hex, Hex members. But, like, especially since April, life has just been so busy, and I barely have, like, other than on stream right now, I barely have time to just play Warframe at all because I'm spending so much time with the YouTube shorts and live stream preparation, stuff off screen, business. It's a lot. And when I have time to play Warframe, I, need to prioritize what I do. And that's mostly not chat messages. It's more like, you should farm XYZ for the next video. And then I do that, and then I end up just not chatting with the Hacks members again. And that's just the unfortunate truth of having Warframe as your job. You just don't have as much time to play it casually as you used to. What's the best way to get Gauss Prime? Okay. Is Gauss Prime currently still farmable in the game, or is he vaulted? I'm not sure. If he's vaulted, then just run other relics and trade for a bit of platinum and buy the stuff from other players. And if he is unvaulted, then I don't know where do the relics drop currently. Is it that you just go for bounties in the open worlds? He's farmable still, artillery, thank you. Then the relics should be dropping from either the void missions or the Lua disruption or the open world bounties. Wasn't it like that? Wasn't it like the three pillars of where to get relics? What Warframe needs to rework most other than Loki? I think Oberon could need some love. I think Mr. Goat needs to be goated again. That's what I think. Farmed him 2 days ago. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. I think Gauss is definitely worth farming, like Gauss Prime. Especially because I think the normal Gauss farm is not all that great. Like, there are better and easier and more convenient farms for sure. Like, Blast really sucks ass if you don't group up a lot of enemies, man. Oh, God. Can you show me your build later? Zeloshi, welcome. Which build do you mean? For Zephyr or for Gauss? Halfman, Oko Void is good for Neo and Meso. Yeah, that's for sure. And then the Axie ones, you get them from the Lua disruption. And, you know, in general, I would like to play more Lua. It's a beautiful tile set, I just don't get to see it all that often. Ignis, yeah, I can show you, no problem. I happen to have a Riven on this Ignis, but to be perfectly honest, I think that this Riven is not even that much of a damage boost because Ignis has a super duper omega low Riven disposition. How am I getting so many Archon shards, Lucky Larry? The thing is that if you do the elite version of Archimedia and you basically tick all the boxes, you use every loadout piece that the game says, so that you know, when you're in the Archimedia screen before you start it, there's this bar at the bottom that basically is the reward bar as to how many rewards you're going to get out of it. If you basically tick all the boxes to make it more difficult for yourself and use all the right loadout, then it will fill up this bar, which means that the drop rate for Archon shards is significantly increased. And then it increases again if you play it as the elite variant. And that is, you know, if your account can manage it, that is how you really, really get a lot of Archon shards. Like, the more, quote-unquote, difficulty you can get out of the Archimedia, the more Archon shards you're going to get. Okay, wanted to take a look at the Ignis. Ignis is... So that's the Riven that I have on the Ignis. It's a bit of status chance, a bit of multi-shot, a bit of fire rate, right? But it's not, like, crazy. You can replace it with, like, literally anything else, and you basically wouldn't lose all too much DPS. It's a normal Blast build, right? I have Blast on it, a lot of fire rate, Elementalist, Faction Damage mod, Galvanized Aptitude, Galvanized Chamber, the Riven, and base damages coming from the Arcane, Primary Merciless. Don't we have... I mean, you could maybe go for Primary Crux as well. I think if you don't have the Riven, I would rather go Primary Crux here, and then put Serration into here for the base damage. But yeah, that's sort of the Riven that we're currently at. By the way, would you mind if we just switch up the squad for every individual mission of the Archon Hunt? Because I kind of feel that we didn't give enough people the chance to join today. By the way, thank you for the runs. That was really amazing. Let's invite some new members for the next one, for the, what was it? Defense? No, excavation, right? Zeloshi, yes, I use Blast on the Ignis because I use it on Zephyr. If you play solo, it's super nice because you can get all the enemies for yourself. This dude got Gauss Prime for 50 player when it's barely 20 on the market. Yeah, I mean, in general, I would recommend everybody to, if you buy stuff from other players, just go to warframe.market. Especially as a buyer, this website is very, very convenient, and you can make sure that you always get the best deal possible. Not sponsored, by the way, not sponsored. As far as I know, warframe.market does not sponsor YouTubers. I think that everybody knows how great this website is anyway. They don't need to pay anyone to say that. Null Heretic, I have it. Yes, I do have a Colorvo video, but I was thinking about making another one, you know, with some more creative build crafting. Who do we got? Because the man has drip now. Denoclus, so when's 12-hour survival stream coming? Oh god. Oh god. I don't think my voice can survive for a 12-hour stream. I'm always deeply impressed by all the streamers who, you know, who manage to stream for hours on end, or like a 24-hour stream, and their voice is just not completely fucked. But I can't do that. I want to be real. I can't do that. I can already feel that I'm going to have a tea afterwards. Yo, Kinjin, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Also, ZZ Keeper, anyone got an idea for the best single target boss killer weapon? I think the Kuva Heck as well as the Felarks are very good candidates here. Exactly, Raw Tiller. Highly recommend Warframe Market because trade chat is ass. That is, I can 100%, you know, sign off on that. Trade chat, like, I find it so funny, right? That there are a lot of, like, those, let's just call them trade chat shills who are like, no, trade chat, like, Warframe Market is so bad, and, like, trade chat is its own community, and blah, blah, and whatever. Yeah, sure, right? If you're a seller and you want to sell stuff for more expensive than than people pay on Warframe.market, sure, you go to the trade chat because there's an actual chance that people are going to buy it for a higher price. But as a buyer, there is zero reason to use trade chat, in my opinion, because it's very, very rare that you're actually going to get a better deal there. This is very, very rare. Ultra, what's going on? And Itolio, a lot of new names. Groundfire. Excal is the best weapon. True. Atlas Tempest, can you make a platform selling mods that are fully upgraded on the market? Atlas, this is basically what back in the day we used to call selling endo. So basically we would insert, we would sell, where the heck do I even, I should probably go to the mission objective before I completely forget where I was. Back in the day it was more profitable selling endo. Nowadays, with a lot of better endo farming methods, you don't get that much money out of it anymore, unfortunately. But like in 2018, 2019, you would get like 200 platinum for a max rank gold mod. Like a rank 10 gold mod, something like, what was it? Blind Rage R10 would go for 200 platinum. And it was a pretty good thing. If you had a squad that could farm Vodyanoi with endo, we made a lot of money with this. Nowadays, it's not really that. I wouldn't recommend it. Unclear what's going on. New names, but not mighty like yours. The Red Shards. You go to market. It's the Heretic. Really, you offer for 5 plat less than on Warframe Market. I mean, sure, right? If you go to trade chat, right, and you sell for just much cheaper than on Warframe Market, I'm sure people are going to buy it instantly.
Excavator deployed. Protect the unit while
You have 15 Blind Rage gilded. Also, all 15 at max rank. So the great thing about Zephyr is I can just stand next to the excavator right here, and enemies can't shoot it because of my 3 that blocks all the incoming bullets. See how desperate he's trying to just shoot the excavator and they just can't hit it? What am I doing right now, Chicken Teriyaki? We are currently doing Archon Hunt. And that is why I use a blast Ignis with Zephyr, because when the enemies are in the tornado, it's gonna get hilarious. Some people still sell maxed prime mods. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, but the thing is, if you buy a max prime mod, and usually people are buying it because it's the prime mod and they want to have the prime mod, and not because they want to have the augment. They want to have the endo, you know what I mean? If I were to buy a Prime mod that I don't own, sometimes I also just buy the max version just to, you know, not have to pay all that much endo. But back in the day in 2018, 2019, I think it was actually a bit more efficient to sell off gold mods, not Prime mods, because it was a bit more of a hassle to get the Prime mods in the first place if you just wanted to, you know, sell the endo basically. Can you show the mods on the Ignis? I can, Kevin. Basically, I already did a couple minutes ago. Thoughts on the Stalta destroying acolytes, Joseph? Haven't really done that myself. I'm pretty sure Moog could tell you all about it. Mr. Stalta, right? But no, I think Stalta can absolutely shred everything because multiplicative gun CO and everything. It's a very, very strong weapon, especially for, like, not necessarily even just single target, because the alt fire has a decent AoE, right? Use Stalta with Wisp, raw artillery. Raw artillery. Do you just so happen to be the alt account of Moog? Because that sounds like a very Moog take. Okina is broken too. Yeah, sure. Okina, especially the Incarna, is very, very good. No. No, but I agree, right? I'm joking around, but I agree, right? Stalta is great. Wisp is great. Can't say anything against that. The problem is if you play Zephyr in Excavation, your job is basically just stand on the excavator, do nothing. That's the unfortunate thing. It's not all too interesting. How good is the Breton Incarnon Knight? It's not one of the best Incarnon weapons, but it's definitely good. I like to play it. But if you're looking for an Incarnon fully automatic rifle, then I would recommend going for the Burst on Incarnon instead. That's better.
Nora is just beside herself with admiration.
Good, baby. Of course, Moog is a good build crafter. I've never said anything else. Never claimed otherwise. How do you get red crits? Red crits basically means that you have 300% or more crit chance, right? Yellow crits are between 0 and 100% crit chance. Orange crits are between 101 and 200% crit chance. And red crits are between 201 and 300% crit chance. No, so you technically need more than 200% crit chance. And then you have a chance of getting red crits. And then once you go even beyond 300% crit chance, that is when you start to see exclamation marks after the numbers, meaning that one exclamation mark is one crit tier above red and two exclamation marks is 2 tiers above and blah, blah, blah. Highest I've seen so far was tier 4, like with 4 exclamation marks. That was pretty busted. That was pretty dank. Exactly. That's what I just said. There's also 4. There's also tier 4. Nora can do whatever she wants with that voice. That's true. She can go and be like,
Ta-ta, lovelies.
but to be honest, I think when it comes to like female voices in Warframe, then my personal the one that I personally dig the most is Eleanor. I think when like what was the name of her voice again? I forgot it. But she does a very, very good job. Like, damn, man, that bypasses your ears and just goes directly into your brain. Ouch. Just like that. No. Yup, I just got a little body right there. Just got a little exterminated. Thank you. A man of culture. Exactly, Black Scythe. Who doesn't like to cause a little chaos, huh? Who doesn't like that? So, friends, I'm just going to be lazy and stand here again.
Welcome, Tenno. Our numbers.
Jonesy, subscribe to the channel. Yo, Jonesy. Welcome, Jonesy. Big Yarly heart to you. Thank you for your support. Enjoy the loyalty badges. Enjoy the... Oh, we have a Cullervo Deluxe having illegal substances rain down. Let's get our tornadoes going. So yeah, enjoy the emotes, enjoy the loyalty badges. Have a good start into the week, Jonesy. Thank you so much for the love. What do you think about the no prime? About the no prime? Red Tiger, what do you mean?
Keyboard locked.
I'm standing good. I don't need a keyboard. I'm just okay the way it is. Cullervo. Yes, Cullervo. I was actually thinking making a Cullervo build with the Hydroid Subzoom and then the Viral Tempest Augment plus the 4 from Cullervo. I think that would be hilarious, right? Corrosive Viral
Keyboard
Rain
unlocked.
plus daggers coming down from above. I think that would be pretty cool. It's the Goon Frame guy, what?
Additional fuel cells will be used to restore its shields.
I think we can just let it die and it's fine, right? Hey, Gilded Cullervo. Gooning does not imply that it has to be about girls. I think for all the ones in here who enjoy a good old gentleman, I think Cullervo Deluxe has quite the looks to offer to Goon 2. I think that's fair. We're in 2025. Gooning is not only for guys. I should make a video about stuff that new players shouldn't worry about. You brought Secondary Merciless and almost bought Galvanized Mods just because of FOMO. Really? Really? You bought all of that almost as a new player? Yeah, you're right. That's something you shouldn't worry about. Yeah. I totally agree. No, as a new player, only thing you should... Like, I always say that when new players come into stream and ask, like, for general advice, what I usually say is... you should start thinking about build crafting once you start to hit a brick wall. Once you start dying all the time. Once you start to feel that you're not dealing damage anymore. That is when you should think about build crafting. And before that, just enjoy the ride, right? Before that, it's just fine. Dark Kiwi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you. How's it going? Nezha's Premium Goon. Fanboy, I would not expect any other statement out of your mouth. By the way, thank you so much for the runs, everybody. Let's see who else we got. First Spy mission, Banana Cactus. By the way, welcome, Banana Cactus. Yeah, Spy tends to be a little especially at the beginning, right? So, can we get one more? Do we have one more for the final showdown? White Raven was good. It's still an excavation chicken. That's fine. No stress. But I'm gonna go for a different weapon here. For the Archon, we do not want to have the Ignis. By the way, for everybody who wanted to see the Ignis build, Primary Merciless, because my camera is probably over it, right? Primary Merciless in the Arcane, and this is the Riven. If you don't have the Riven, just replace it with anything else, really. Riven is not all that amazing. Like, the stats themselves are good, but the numbers are just not there for the Ignis. Oh yeah, genau. We wanna go for the... Where is the Burst on? There we go. Good old Burst on Prime and calling on with the Archon setup, and everything is alright. And we're not going to go with Zephyr, because duh. Who are we going to go with? We are... Oh yeah, let's go Harrow. Shall we? Let's just put some even redder red crits onto everything. And then we go with the invisibility build, because why wouldn't we? Nobody want to join? We need one more person for the final showdown of the Archon hunt. Oh, you recently hit that brick wall. You can't even do Lich control territory easily. Okay, you deal damage by spamming Serata heavy attack. In that case, maybe you want to look into... I mean, I don't want to like advertise my own channel too much. There are definitely a lot of modding guides from other YouTubers that are also very great. From my personal roster of videos, though, I have a video on modding weapons in specific. I think it's called "You'll Never Mod Weapons the Same Again" in Warframe. It's specifically for guns. I'm not sure if I have a dedicated how to... Oh, I do have a video. It's called "How to Make Any Melee OP in Warframe." It has over 1 million views, I think. It's a bit outdated, but I think for Star Chart, it's still perfectly fine. Yeah, that would be my recommendation. If you start struggling with level 60-ish enemies, then probably these videos would help. Lich King Gaming, wait for me. Who wants to join for Arcanon? We still have one open. Who messaged me? Yo, veteran. Okay, Yo Veteran is down, then Yo Veteran is down. Have you ever replaced Thurible with Nourish? No, not really. I've replaced it with other abilities because I genuinely think that this is the most replaceable skill. And like there's always the big argument between whether you want to replace the 4 or whether you want to replace the whether you want to place the 3 or the 1. I personally prefer to replace the 3 because honestly, Harrow does not need all that much energy if you build him right. You activate the 4 once and it just stays on. What's going on, Yo Veteran? Where you at? There we go. Let's do this. What's good at MR13? You mean in terms of weapons? MR13 in terms of weapons. I mean, at MR13 you already have a pretty good selection, I think. What's good at MR13? I mean... let me think. I mean, Kuva weapons, right? Kuva weapons, I think you can technically get them even if you don't have the mastery rank required for them just yet. But in general, you have stuff like the Amprex, which is really good, which is MR10. You have the Ignis Wraith, of course, MR9. Godvar Prime, yep, Trottel. Kuva on Master Rank 12, exactly, Sephiroth, Billy. There are very good suggestions. Or the Zorus, if you want to have a melee weapon that is very, very good at group clearing. Then how about the Master Rank 5 Zorus? Always a pleasure. You grinded for MR14 to get primes. I mean, it makes sense. Baza and Fulmin are also great, right? Fulmin is... what is normal Fulmin? MR8, right? So, and now we activate this. Can you please damage me? Please damage me. Please damage me. Please damage me. Can you please damage me? I need more damage. Yeah, that was not all too amazing. How much crit buff do we get? No, it's alright. It's almost maxed out. It's almost maxed out. Okay, there we go. Let's punch this Archon. Exactly, for a normal Fulmin is MR8, and then the Prime is... what's the Prime? Is the Prime 10 or 12? Something like that? Honestly, Okina is really, really awesome. Come on, let's go. Let's do this Archon. Before my crit buff runs out, ideally. And my crit buff ran out. What a time to be alive. Let's go invisible and then Brett. It's cool when they're like frozen. Okay. Okay, please do your thing, Archon. Archon, oh Archon, do your thing. What exactly is happening? Never tired from hearing the burst on. Isn't it like that? It sounds like a dirty ass sewing machine, but it's pretty good still. Why is the Archon invincible, by the way? Didn't we kill its goons? Bug frame, I don't know, might be. Yeah, I kind of feel that we might have an issue here. Stuck in the teleport animation. Well, friends, I think we got to do that again then. Got to give it another shot. Let's try those two one more time and then see if it's changing. If not, we're just going to go out. Ah, come on. Birdman. Sure, we can call him Birdman. No, he lives again. Or he's vulnerable again. Good thing we didn't quit. Then everything is alright. Then we can take him out. Warframe, the only game with funny bugs. Sadly not the only game with funny bugs. But it does have a lot of them. Like, especially now on stream that I play more multiplayer again with you all, I notice how absolutely screwed up their netcode is. Like, genuinely. Like, I love the company, I love the people working there, but brother, the netcode of this... And, like, it's not like with other games where netcode issues basically just mean you lag more. Like, if you have bad netcode in Warframe, it creates the weirdest types of shenanigans that you would never expect are somehow tied to netcode. And that's super funny every time. It's like always when you lag, some very, very funny things happen that you would never thought have something to do with lag. Matchmaking is better for you, Edlet. That's good. That's good. Opening relics. Yeah. Let's go invisible. Let's switch the crit buff on. Maybe I should have, you know, farmed some damage before I was invisible. You know, when I could still take damage. That was not the smartest combination of skills. Akil, yes, etc. Prime can definitely go late game. To be fair, it does need a Warframe that can get some buffs out of it, like just a vanilla etc. without any additional external buffs. Might struggle at like Archimedia territory, but with the right frame, I don't see any issue. That goes for most decent weapons, by the way. Yuxi-chan, you lagged yesterday during Netrocell and your Titania became big, you had a Dex weapon out and it was... that's what I mean, right? That's what I mean. It's not just lag what happens if your netcode has issues, it's like, it's the weirdest shit ever.
The owl was solitary.
Oh Sam, you forgot to get your daily clam. Well, good that you did that now, Sam.
To be mutilated like this.
What about you, Sam? Didn't you stream today? Or are you already done? Were you already done before you came in? Oh no, you said that you were out preparing stuff for your vacation. Sure. Favorite candy? I personally am more of a wine gum guy. Like I do like bitter chocolate, especially with coffee, but I'm not really into like sweet chocolate with a lot of sugar and like the light brown one. I don't like it. I'm more of a chips and wine gum type of guy. When I was younger, I developed a very insane strategy where like I would eat chips until they're like between my teeth so hard that it becomes uncomfortable. And then I would switch to wine gum for a little bit because chewing on the wine gum would get the fragments of the chips out of my teeth again. And then I could continue with the chips. You should try that. That works. It's good. I still sometimes do that. Exactly, dark chocolate 70%. Like 70, 80 is like the sweet spot for me. Above 80, it kind of like becomes a little cope, in my opinion. Like I wanna have like a chocolate flavor, not just look like licking a cocoa bean. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. And down you go. Stream crashed, Nightfall. What? Stream crashed? Looks fine for me.
Real is down. Narmer's spine eyes have been torn out. Excellent work.
Oops, ignore the losing part. What? You remember on the internet somebody said losing that stabbing your gun with a sharp chip is... Oh god, yeah, that's what... Yep. Sam, that's exactly... Like losing 1 HP is when you get your chip somewhere. Yeah, exactly. Then imagine how painful it must be for a Naros to like have Tau Forge Blue and a melee rhythm. Pretty decent, I would say. That's pretty good. GG. Yeah. Speed Herman 8, welcome. Now imagine Sam, imagine a Naros with 10k HP, like getting his chip stuck in his gum 10,000 times in a row. Banana Cactus, opinion on bladed rounds. I think it's pretty good if you play with a Warframe like Harrow. Like if you have a weapon that has barely any base crit chance, like the Kuvanuko for example, or like a rifle equivalent obviously, but a good crit damage, and you have, let's say, Arcane Avenger, let's say Harrow, right? Something that gives you flat crit chance buff, then you wouldn't mod for crit chance on the weapon, and then it's perfectly fine to go for bladed rounds plus Vital Sense. Instead of crit chance, crit damage, you go double crit damage then. And I think that's perfectly okay. What, chicken? You only got a normal? I'm sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. By the way, thanks for the runs, everybody. Was, as always, amazing. That was fun. Exactly, Yo Veteran. Yo Veteran swooping in for the Tau Forged. Oh, man. Why Bow can't compete explosive is any good to please them? I'm sorry, I do not understand the question. Daikyu Prime builds have been funny. I should actually give it a try, like give it a normal build and see if it is actually decent. I think it is. It's actually pretty good. But right now, I just use it as a stat stick still. Mamoon, why do I not do the... You know, the thing is, if people in YouTube chat ask me this, I can't even get mad. Because the FAQ is not visible on the YouTube page, only on Twitch. It's because I like to have the golden emblem. I don't want to go up to bronze again. But friends, it's already after 7. So you know what that means for us? It means we raid out. It means I say thank you to everybody for being here and being awesome, for all the support. Let me quickly switch to the scene. Before you go, let's do a little raid, shall we? Let's raid my friend Smedbonia. I saw that she just went live, apparently. Oh, she's still in the starting stream screen. Smeddy, what are you doing? I think we need to talk until Smeddy goes live finally, because I want to surprise her with a little raid. Girl's been on the starting soon screen for almost 10 minutes. Let's have a little chat. Let's just put the background music on until she returns so we can raid her. Yeah, we can actually raid builds. That's a good point. We can raid builds while we're waiting. That's a good point. Let's do that. Warframe in game. There we go. Let's take a look at some builds. Sure. So let's just start here, right? Protea Prime. Let's just quickly start here. Rifle amp, if you want to. I think with Protea, you don't necessarily want to go for rifles because, you know, she deals damage with basically everything except rifles. Probably Growing Power would be a better selection here if you have that. Redirection is perfectly fine. I wouldn't mod for Vitality because Protea is essentially a shield tank or shield gator. I think if it comes down to your health, then you're probably not using your first ability well enough. So I think Vitality is not necessary for her. Prime Flow is fine. Stretch is fine. I would put Equilibrium into here instead of Vitality, because with Equilibrium, your 3 means essentially infinite energy, and then the negative efficiency doesn't hurt you at all. Yeah, put Equilibrium in here. If you have, put Growing Power in the aura, and then you're good. Sevagoth Prime look. Okay, what Arachnid, what's going on? Wow, that's a very dripped out Sevagoth. Like, he has so much stuff dangling on his body. That's crazy, man. I kind of like it though. Like, the Tech Rod set really synergizes surprisingly well with that look. That's cool. Thank you for sharing. Which Archon Shard gives ability duration and strength Hyson? The red ones. Like, they don't give both at the same time, but you can like choose which one you want. Let's go. I just saw that Smetty went live. Let's go 3 more builds, and then we raid out. Burst on Prime, White Raven. Let's take a look. Oh, White Raven coming in with the Riven, trying to flex the Burst on Prime. By the way, this is Primary Merciless right here, just in case my cam is over it. What do we have here? Crit chance, damage, and negative realism. That's pretty good. Crit damage and normal damage. That's pretty darn good. I like that. I would say that's a 8 out of 10 probably. Malignant Force, high voltage for corrosive, hammer shot. Wild Sense, critical delay, rhyme rounds. So you go corrosive cold, that's fine. Primary. Oh, you're going for the weak points. Interesting, interesting. Very cool. I would actually, White Raven, I would try, because you already have 140% base damage from this year. Try and see if the arcane that gives you, what was it, Frostbite, right? That gives you more multi-shot and oh, no. Multi-shot cannot be modded. Okay, forget what I said. Then it's fine. then it's fine. Then I'm not going to say anything. Maybe one suggestion would be faction mod instead of hammer shot, but that would require an aura farmer essentially, so probably not worth the investment. Good build though, good build. A Grendel, okay. So what do we have here? We're gonna health tank, sure, makes sense. Some range for probably, I mean, range is always decent, right? Streamline, I'm not sure if you need Streamline, because you already have gonna have such an energy income from Nourish. Armor health makes sense, right? I think for relatively early game setup, this is decent. Yeah, I think for I would assume early game setup, this is definitely decent. And now one more. Another Grendel, okay. What do we got? Triple Umbro, right? This is what the dedicated Grendel looks like, right? Exactly, good baby. I was also thinking Primary Crux, but then I was like, oh no, it's Corrosive Cold. Yeah, then better not. Yeah, Triple Umbro is like the Grendel for the enthusiasts with adaptation, meaning very tanky boy right here. I'm not sure if you like. Probably with Ready Steel, you're running a melee weapon on him, so Gladiator Aegis might make sense for the set bonus. If you were not going for melee, then definitely Gladiator Aegis I think is not worth it, because you're already going to have enough armor even without it. But yeah, if you want to use them as like the melee frame, then double Gladiator might make sense. A triple Gladiator, my bad, might make sense. I think that's a pretty neat melee platform, Grendel. I like it. But friends, I'm already overdue by 15 minutes. I gotta head out, and we're gonna say hi to Smetty. I thank you all for having been here. We see each other again on Wednesday if you like. Friday this week, as I said, I'm gonna be out of town, so no stream on Friday. And yeah, see you Wednesday. Hopefully also gonna have some shorts and videos up this week. Big love to all of you. Big thank you to all your support. As always, I had a lot of fun on stream, and now we're gonna say hi to Mrs. Smedbonia. Let's type in the raid command for everybody on YouTube who wants to join over for the raid. It's much appreciated. Bada bing, bada boom. Raid started. Delete the music. Big love, friends. See you all on Wednesday.